Hey guys, J-Man here in the Phantom Zone. My setup is different again today. Long story, tech issues and other stuff. So I'm just using the laptop camera. Might not be as good, and the lighting's probably not great either. But it is what it is. There's not much I could do. It should be fixed by the next few days. So we're just going to talk about whatever. This is just going to be a regular episode, just talking about whatever's current. Hawkeye, Book of Boba Fett. I watched Cobra Kai, binged it. What else? What else is out there? Batman trailer, the Batman trailer. I don't know what else is going on. Lots of stuff. So yeah, now you guys, you may have noticed that on my Twitter feed, I've been posting a lot of the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man comic strip. I do not have the licensing for it. I did have the licensing. So for those of you who don't know, I had the licensing rights for the Amazing Spider-Man comic book strip, which was a strip that Stan Lee did. With different artists, but like John Romita was on there. Anyways, so I had the rights to that for over a year. I didn't realize I had the rights that long. And it's a comic strip that comes out every day. It's done. It lasted, I don't know, like 30, 40 years or something like that. And then the strip kind of just ended. But I think Stan wrote the whole thing. So I've been posting that on Twitter. Comics Kingdom has it. And they have a Twitter link. You could just link it so it goes right to your feed. So that's what I've been doing. So no, I do not have the licensing rights back. I did inquire about the licensing rights again, but really the last time I had them, nobody really cared that much. And even with now me being bigger than I was, back in 2018 or whatever, still not too many people are caring about it. So, but I'm going to continue posting it for as long as I feel it's needed. I did contact Marvel. They have not gotten back to me. King Features and Toronto Star here, who have the distribution rights and all that, they did get back to me, and the fees have changed, and they're like, well, it's better to contact Marvel. I'm like, I could just post it to Twitter from the Comics Kingdom page anyway, so why am I bothering? So anyway, that's why you see that coming up all the time now. But okay, so let's get going. Got a few people lined up today to talk about stuff, so this should be pretty fun. We'll get Steve in first. Hello.
It's gonna take me a while to get used to that.
Intro for everybody. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's bring in Sean.
Yeah.
You guys got I got you guys your intros there. We finally, it's been a couple of weeks now, but we do have Greymalkin back in. Gray, how's it going? I'm working on something cool. I'm trying to think of like a cool thing for you. I need a font though for your name, right?
But yeah, I'm working on it. Hey, it's good to be back, fellas. It's good to be.
It's good to have you back. So I saw you did.
Are back.
Yeah, that's right. I saw you posted the interview, which I'll get you to talk about in a minute. Now, and let's bring in Arkham. Hey, Arkham, how's it going, dude?
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey,
buddy.
So, Arkham, you wanted to come on. I guess we're going to talk a little bit of Batman talk.
It's been crazy, to be honest, with DC.
Hey, Jordan. Hey, Bell. Who else we got in Arkham? You're already in here.
Yeah, I'm
all right.
Here.
So let me see what looks good here. Is that better? Maybe that might be
I have
better.
a question. This is just a general question. We all know what's happened with DC and DCU. Do you think? I asked a few friends. Some say yes or no. Do you think DC was better with just solo movies? Just solo movies, nothing connected or anything with that.
That's an interesting question.
That's a very interesting question. Hey, Tony, thanks for popping in.
Because
gosh, I don't even know where to even begin with that because it's so weird. When we were kids, Sean and I, for sure, Sean and I agree on this. I think Stephen Gray might be on the same page. It was weird growing up because we always liked these superheroes. Like we watched Super Friends, right? And it was like all these guys are together, and that is what we're used to. It wasn't really a treat to see Batman and Superman teaming up. It was a given. And even when BVS came out, I remember a lot of people in my personal life who aren't nerds asking me saying, "Oh, J-Man, like, why is Batman fighting Superman?" I'm like, it's a long story. They'll team up at the end. They're not really, they're not really against each other. And people in the movie world and TV show world, in the live action world, let's put it that way. In the live action world, mostly people were on their own. It was Wonder Woman by herself. It was Nicholas Hammond by himself. He could not be reached. It was Lou Ferrigno on his own. Now, Nicholas Hammond has said in a few interviews that they were thinking of having Lou Ferrigno, Hulk, Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno combine with Nicholas Hammond. I mean, when we saw Thor and Daredevil in the Incredible Hulk show, that was pretty mind blowing. So I remember like gunning it home, like, oh, fucking Thor's on tonight, man. I can't believe it, right? And it was the shitty Thor.
I liked it.
I liked him.
Sure.
I liked him as a kid, yeah.
I liked him as a kid. Well, he's better than Endgame Thor. So
Whoa,
at least he's not a fatty.
Well, those are
you don't like him, Endgame Thor?
We'll fight.
I don't like fat Thor. I like Endgame, but it's not the holy grail of movies. Like,
oh no, it's not. It's just it's fun.
It's fun.
I like it better than Infinity War.
I don't know about that one.
Infinity War is very good.
Yeah,
I feel like Infinity War is better than Endgame, to be honest.
I agree.
I think I agree with that. Yeah,
I think we all agree on that.
It's just a personal preference. I like seeing what happens when the heroes lose. Like, because like they're all in a bad place.
I'm not bothered by Fat Thor. It's just a phase in the like. I know you guys are like super bothered by Fat Thor, but
I could care less, to be honest.
Well, you know why though? Because how is he fat? Like I
know he's the god. Why would that?
I don't get it. Yeah. Like it's
he looked like CrossFit Santa.
Maybe he ate too much KFC.
Well, he was doing a lot of gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the question. So DC, was it better? So okay, when Marvel when Marvel did their team
question,
up,
but
it's tough. I'm not answering. It's a long way around. I'm going home the long way around. I don't know. Maybe the movies were maybe better because I don't think they handled the team ups properly. Like it just all got muddled. I don't know. It got all muddled.
Look, it's not. Yeah, they were better only because they just made the team up movies worse. Like they didn't. If you look at the animated universe, it's fine. Like the Justice League cartoons, like the 2 seasons of the regular.
It's just very weird that the animation gets it correct, but live action with DC doesn't. Like I feel like I want to see continuation of the Snyderverse, but I feel like DC will never get the correct continuity that Marvel will. And I feel like the best solution is just don't do team ups at all. Like if you're not good at it, just do solo movies.
No, if I may, I think we're looking back at the 90s, the solo movies. Kind of, we're holding them in a huge esteem, but like, I don't know. I kind of like the team ups. I like
them, but if they don't do them correctly,
but there are ways they could have done it better. They could have at least like, they could have had we could have seen Ben Affleck as Batman a couple of movies before we saw him meet up with Superman. It's just. It's just the way DC does business. I think I said this before. They want what Marvel has, but they don't want to do the work for it.
The work,
right.
So,
like no lead up or anything like that. Like no lead up, like
and they can get there, but like they need a 10-year plan, and they need they need a captain of the ship. They need a captain. Feige.
Yeah,
they need to lose him. Yeah. Actually, no, I don't think.
I think we can have a team up. It's just they want to rush it.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they want to get to there because like they think everybody already knows these already. But it's funny because like they want to do all these connecting movies. Establish who the hero is first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they can't. And they're relying. You know what's funny? They're relying on the public to know these characters in advance, yet they're not portraying the characters the public knows. So, right. Am I right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Superman's a big.
We went to go see. Yeah, like when people went to go see Man of Steel, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. I'm just telling you, general public, because some people love this movie, some people don't like.
I love the movie. I feel like it's very good.
But the general public went to go see a Superman movie, and they didn't get a Superman movie. Now it doesn't matter what. If you loved it, I know Truth loves it. I know Caleb loves it. I know all the guys, Anthony. I know all the guys love it. That's fine. That's fine. But those people do not make up the masses. It was Superman, and people did not get Superman. So here's what happens. This was a new Superman. And Zack Snyder literally said, this is going to be a new interpretation of Superman. It's a new Superman. If you're going to do a new Superman and a new Batman and a new Flash, then they need to have their own movies so the public can digest what they're getting. Because people were like, oh, this is Superman. They walked in like, this isn't really Superman. I don't like this. And they're like, well, let's do Batman versus Superman. I know, but we didn't get the Superman that we wanted anyways. And now
I feel like everything exploded after Batman.
No. Here's what it was. When we got the Batman versus Superman movie 5 years too early.
Yeah, way early.
And we got that Justice League movie 10 years too early. It's like
now people didn't start hating. Like I feel like people started hating Zack Snyder after like when Batman v Superman came. Like
no, it wasn't that. It's just like he has a bold style. He has a very like cartoony style that does make money for studios. Warner Brothers, they're not looking at these characters. They don't want to build like this collage of story. They're just like, let's get the money real quick. Let's get the money because Disney is killing us right now.
Right, and that was their mistake. Look, Disney brought out Iron Man is a loser character. I don't care what people say now. I care about what people say when I was a kid walking around and someone said, Jason, my J-Man, do you collect Iron Man? I'm like, collect Iron Man? No. Isn't Iron Man part of
why
Avengers?
Heroes Are Born happened. Yeah.
Yes. Now, I like Iron Man, but I like Iron Man because of West Coast Avengers. And for some of that time, it was freaking War Machine who was Iron Man in the Iron Man costume. You didn't know that Tony was not in the red and gold. It was actually War Machine in the Iron Man costume, not in his own costume. Yeah. So anyways, plus I like the Silver Centurion Iron Man costume. Sure. Anyways, that's from the Marvel TSR games. Hey, Truth. So anyways, so when they said they're going to make an Iron Man movie, I'm thinking Iron Man, oh dear. Like, I don't know. And the reason why Iron Man wasn't a popular character, because nobody wanted to buy that character. When Marvel was going bankrupt because they bought all these different stupid things, it's like who's the first people sold? Gray, X-Men, Spider-Man. That's the two money makers. Yeah.
They sold Iron Man and Captain America, but those studios let them lapse. I think Universal had Captain America.
Yes,
they let them lapse because everyone's like, no one wants to watch this.
Right, nobody wants this. So they made an Iron Man.
Almost Iron Man. Think about that for a bit.
Right, that's
Cruise. He was almost Captain America.
That's awful.
Yeah,
like I'm a Tom Cruise fan, to tell you right now. To be honest, I really like Tom Cruise.
Which era Tom Cruise?
I don't know. Any movie that I will give any Tom Cruise movie a shot, and 9 times out of 10, it's pretty solid. And even if it's not that good, it's not like
sci-fi ones are good, man. Yeah.
I like Oblivion. I like Edge of Tomorrow. Right. So, anyways, and I didn't see the last 2 Mission Impossibles, but
they're good.
Are you guys see the new one that comes out this year? I think?
I'm just gonna get the pack of. They're gonna release a mega pack of everything, and I'll just get
a mega pack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because just wait. It's like Anyways. So Iron Man was such a big thing for them, and it's like, Iron Man was a loser character. No one cared. When I was a kid, man, no one cared about Iron Man. I met a buddy of mine whose name was Sean as well, and he had a long box of Iron Man, and I was so stunned. I'm like, what do you collect? He's like, Iron Man. I'm like, Iron Man, really? And I sat at his house, and he went through every comic. And what's a long box hold? 300 comics, Sean? You think?
At least,
yeah, that sounds about right.
So he had 300. That means I've got like 500 or 600 Wonder Woman comics, because I've got an entire long box that's bursting of Wonder Woman, plus another short box that's filled up. So I've got like 400 or 500 Wonder Woman comics. Anyways, he had 300 Iron Man comics, and I never seen any of these. So we went through them all because I'm like, this is so cool. I've never seen any Iron Man comics, and he loved Iron Man. So when this movie came out, we're like, really, Iron Man? And it was so good. And we're like, oh, that was pretty damn good. Oh, okay.
But that's the trick, J-Man.
That's the trick.
That's the Arkham. The short answer is yes, they were better, only because the people making the new ones suck. And they don't know what they're doing with these characters. It's like Marvel rebranded Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, made them more successful than they've ever been. They branded Avengers. No one knew what an Avenger was before that movie.
The Avengers were these people.
Thanos.
That was the Avengers.
It's like the common GQ public knows that only people that are worthy can pick up Thor's hammer. No one knew that before that Thor movie. Apply that
Thor
style
movie?
and respect
For sure.
to the DC movies. I'm not seeing it.
No.
Yeah.
Like no one knows anything about these characters.
And Arkham.
I feel like that's like the one thing that I could respect a lot with Marvel is they have a plan.
Like, and Arkham, like just the other day, Arkham was on. I think it was Bellstream, and talking about Thanos. My God, they're Sean, think about this for a second. They're talking about Thanos and who can defeat Thanos.
Right.
Just think about this for 1 minute.
No one knew what a Thanos was before the Marvel movies.
If I had said the word Thanos like 20 years ago, well, I know Greymalkin who he is.
Right.
Let's go.
If you're a comic guy. Like my mom knows who Thanos is.
Right.
She's like 82 and from Guyana. Like she
and she knows Thanos. This is crazy. This is crazy.
It's nuts.
It's nuts. When they did the snap, I'm getting goosebumps right now while I'm talking. When he did the snap in Infinity War, I was completely stunned. I'm like, he did it. Oh my God. And it's not because we didn't know that was going to happen. We knew it happens in the comics, but we were shocked that they had the balls to do it.
Our dream was you end a movie like that, and they did. It was amazing.
That was pretty cool. I actually liked it.
All right, you guys. The reason why Iron Man I feel did so well was not only they treated it like a real movie.
Yeah. Well, they treat it like a real movie.
No. I don't
What's
mean
a
that
Thanos?
disrespectfully.
What's
I don't mean that disrespectfully.
What's a
I mean
Thanos?
that, like, they had a really good director, Jon Favreau. They got an old, tired, like, basically for Robert Downey Jr. This was his Pulp Fiction.
Right.
Yeah.
I really liked how he did Iron Man. I liked how Robert Downey Jr. portrayed the character. I know not everyone likes it, but I actually liked his interpretation of Iron Man.
Well, he was a character. I've gone back now and I've read. I can tell you the exact number. I probably read the first 10 or 15. I read all of Tales of Suspense, and then Iron Man got the big premiere issue, which was what everybody who shared a book either continued the numbering. So Hulk continued the numbering of Tales to Astonish, and Namor got the big premiere issue. Captain America retained the numbering of Tales of Suspense, and Iron Man got the big premiere issue. And out of the big premiere issue, number 1 to, I don't know, number 15, I've read those. And look, Tony Stark's a boring guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
He's Batman.
I collected Iron Man in the 80s a long time, and it sucked.
Iron Man's boring, not Batman.
Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Batman can be. Oh yeah, and then Batman can beat everybody. We already know. I was gonna come on last night to help you, Arkham. I was just super busy. I couldn't come on. I was gonna come on and help you out because these fools were saying how Batman can't beat anybody. Is like such a that was so irritating. But anyways.
That doesn't make any sense. Just because Batman is you see Batman go against gods and stuff like that. He yes, you can say the writing. There's different writers that write Batman differently, but Batman, in history of comics, beat a lot of people, and he can beat some Marvel heroes as well. You can't just say he can't.
No. I'm not saying that Batman is not. He's not a badass. Just saying, if you want to take out Batman, you gotta be very creative
and smart. You have to be very smart.
That's why I say alimony. That's how you hit Batman. You get him alimony.
Make him pay.
Pay child support. That would kill anybody.
That is a soul killer. No, but Yeah, Taika Waititi. Look, I love Thor Ragnarok, but it's not a great Thor film if you're a fan of the Thor character, or even Loki. Loki's made to be pretty foolish. But I like that movie because it is Flash Gordon, really, and Flash Gordon's my top 10 favorite films of all time. I think Taika Waititi should just make Flash Gordon movies and just stop doing.
It seems like that's what he wants to do.
Gordon? They've been trying to do that for years.
He should just stop because it's like Thor is getting beat up. I love to see Flash.
Do you think the new Thor movie? I think it's Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be similar to Ragnarok.
Probably, but it probably might be even more annoying with
more annoying.
Is it? Sorry, Sean. It's woke.
I think it's going to be super woke.
Yeah,
probably.
Super woke.
Yeah.
You know what's really?
What is
I
super
watched,
woke?
Yeah, I
super woke. Yeah.
I just got my coffee.
I don't know. Yeah, well, Jane Foster Thor was not very good. Let's face the facts, people. I don't care. There's a lot of people going out saying, "Oh, you know, it was okay." No, it wasn't. It was super boring to me. I saw it.
It was pandering.
It was pandering. It was awful. And it was pandering to what audience? Who likes Jane Foster? Raise your hand if you ever liked Jane Foster. In the
I didn't know who the hell Jane Foster was.
I thought she was crap. Unfortunately, her, Karen Page, what's the other ones? Steve, who's the Spider-Man girls? Like Betty.
Betty Brant was horrible.
Was horrible.
She was terrible.
All of these Marvel girls were pretty awful. The girlfriends or whatever. The girlfriends were pretty bad.
Betty Ross.
Betty Ross was terrible.
The only good one was Ms. Marvel.
Because Ms. Marvel was a hero.
She was great.
Yeah. Miss Marvel was okay. And,
most of the female characters in the Marvel comics were just whiny and a pain in the ass, and were just around to cause angst to the main character.
Hey, that's only some.
That movie I really loved. If I had to say one of my two favorite movies of 2021, it's Spider-Man No Way Home and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Those are my two favorite movies.
Here's a question for you guys.
Batgirl sucks.
Batgirl sucks. Good. No way. I like
Barbara Gordon. All right.
No, she's good.
Hear me out.
She's especially good at
she is
now.
So pretentious. She thinks she's Batman's best student. Like, if your name's not Dick Grayson, sit down, please.
So here's a challenge for you guys. I did this in my head. You know how we talk about our top 10? This is just a general thing. Pick every one of your top 10s. Which decade is that from? That tells you what your movie preferences are.
Oh, you don't want me to go there. It's like 2001 Space Odyssey is the 60s. It's like Conan the Barbarian is 80s.
You're right, though.
It's true. If you do this exercise, you'll see what film types you prefer, like what eras you prefer.
I don't need that. I just look at my shelf and see all.
Look at my.
I got a hard drive for that, bro.
Old cartoons.
70s mostly for me. Yeah.
I just watched the Andromeda Strain last night. That's a fantastic movie.
J-Man. What is your thoughts? I don't know if you heard the rumor, but did you hear that supposedly Batman's out of the DCU and Superman's out of DCU, and Batgirl is going to be the new Batman and Supergirl is going to be the new Superman?
This is in the films.
Right?
That's a rumor, though.
Yeah, I did see
that's
rumblings.
In the film, but I just want your thoughts. Like,
well, I mean, it's garbage, of course. It's garbage because
if that's true, then it just shows that the studio is still reacting. Like, they can say this, but we haven't even seen any of these movies yet. Are they good?
How
are they
can
bad?
You replace Batman and Superman? They're the most iconic.
They're not replacing Batman.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Batman's the freaking money maker. He's like the big time mega. There's 1 month, it was just a couple of months ago, and Rob Liefeld covered this on his podcast, and I was there for this. There's like 15 Batman books that came out in that 1 month, and I don't know what month it was, Arkham. It was just like a few months ago.
There's so many Batman books that's gonna be coming out this year. I think it's Batman Beyond. That's coming out this year. There's I think it's was it Batman? It has to do with the League of Assassins with Damian Wayne and everything with that. Like, Batman's popular. You can't do anything about that.
Can't do it. And, you know what I'm getting big time, Sean? You must get this. If not, I'll buy you a copy. They're doing World's Finest.
Yeah.
And it's Batman gray and blue underwear with Superman like red and blue, like the classic.
Is it canon or is it just like?
No, I think it's probably just a for fun thing, but it's brand new series starting.
I would totally get that. Yeah.
So look it up. Look up World's Finest, and
Oh, is that the one that's new, right?
that's coming out. Yeah, I don't have
Yeah,
my book
I'm
with
getting
me.
that.
Yeah, I don't have my because I have my DC previews. I don't have it with me. It's in another. Oh, it's it's in my car. I left it in my car.
I know I'm getting Batman issue. I think it's 119. That's gonna be good. It's the one that has to do with Abyss. I really like it.
Yeah, Abyss.
Wow, that is hurtful. Really?
Oh, Anthony used trash. How many comments down are we in? Who won the bet? I said it was going to be 13 comments in. What did you?
Like if Anthony's right, we have to say he was right the whole time.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see. We're all gonna see the Flash.
We're gonna check it out.
We're gonna check. I'm definitely seeing it. Jonathan Kent will be in the Flash movie. Oh my God! Stop it.
So what
Like it's not even a Flash movie anymore. It's like the problem is they're not focused on the Flash. They're just focused on all these other characters. Like it's fine that you want to do multiverse, but like your main, it's called the Flash. You have to be focused on the Flash.
That's what I'm saying. That's why,
and we had this argument before. Somebody was saying, well, a lot of people watch the CW Flash. Well,
no, they don't.
No, they don't.
No.
It's not enough people.
It's hardly right for CW, but CW hits are like not the definition of hit in mainstream network television.
Right.
Yeah, like this is a movie. A movie should hit a lot of money. Like if this fails, like I don't know, like what's gonna happen. Like
I think it'll be underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you know
think
what? They'll try to sell it on Batman, and
that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
and like they're relying on Batman. You shouldn't rely on Batman. The movie should be about the Flash.
Yeah,
I know.
DC should just be Batman.
Right, but it's Warner Brothers.
So there's going to be so many
Only
Batman
the best
things. There's going to be because there's going to be the Batman in March, right? When's Flash?
November.
So in 1 year, you're going to have two Batman properties, really, because everyone's going to be talking about the Batman.
I know.
parts.
You have. I think it's the Batman, Black Adam.
Yep.
Aquaman. I like the first Aquaman.
I like Aquaman.
Like Jason Momoa. Like Jason Momoa's awesome.
Yeah,
Aquaman,
he's
to
cool,
be
yeah.
honest. But I don't. I'm just very concerned about the Flash. Like I don't know what's gonna happen, but if it erases like everything and you don't have a Superman or Batman, what kind of DCEU is that?
You know what the thing is?
No, they're not going to take
what
away
are they-
DC and Batman. They're just resetting everything.
What are they erasing? Like they're erasing nothing. It's like people it's like the Justice League came out and people who really wanted that movie were very happy and
World of
satisfied.
Batman.
Yeah, that's great. Greymalkin said that. I pasted
there is
his.
I think there is a graphic novel called World of Batman.
Could be. So like
Yeah, it's Warner Brothers.
it's Warner Brothers, yeah. But like so they're going to erase. What are they going to erase? Like it's like people like the quote unquote Justice League came out so long ago. Then Zack Snyder got a chance to redo his thing and it came out. Okay, and people who really wanted that got it. But what are you erasing? Like it's
Wonder Woman 1982.
It's like it's erasing things that people. It's not in people's consciousness anymore. Like I'm talking about regular average person. They're gonna watch this Flash movie and be completely confused. They're just gonna be like, "What is going on here?" And it's not the same as what you say with the Spider-Verse or this No Way Home.
Yeah.
This No Way Home, the way they did it was good. They took all of the things that you wanted to see from the other movies, put them in together into this movie. There you go. It's not nostalgia. It's world connecting. Nostalgia is Afterlife, Ghostbusters, where they literally remake. It's like, here's Gozer. She says the same exact lines. It's Keymaster, it's Gozer. Like, why did the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper happen to be the same two people that are already in a relationship? That wasn't from the first movie. The first Ghostbusters movie, Dana Barrett didn't know who the Ghostbusters were. She went to them after she was getting rumblings of the the Gatekeeper, and that's how she met them. It's like everything connected to the Ghostbusters happens to happen in Afterlife. It's bad. The
Gozer Busters. They're
the
not
Gozer
Ghostbusters
Busters
anymore.
Right. That's the bad.
They
I just
only
feel
fight
like-
Gozer.
They only
I
fight
just-
Gozer.
I just feel like they should just stick with the original plans. Like, just they could just made a regular Flash movie, just the origin,
Yes.
but and
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
a
Like,
Flash movie is boring, though. I mean, how could who is his villains? He's faster than everybody. He could take out everybody.
I think
He'd be
you have
more
Captain.
interesting as a villain.
You have Captain Cold. You have
Reverse
Captain
Flash,
Boomerang,
you got Mirror
Reverse
Realistic
Flash,
Master,
Wizard.
Yeah.
the Trickster.
Yeah.
Another.
There's a lot you can do with it, but
Yeah.
you need clever writers. That's the problem,
Yeah.
Gray.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
you have to good writers.
Yeah.
No,
the current
video game
Flash
writers.
comic is not so bad. The current
game
Flash
writer?
comic is fine. Like Rebirth Flash or whatever, Rebirth Flash with Godspeed and those guys. Like that was okay. I just use Reverse Flash. Look, remember, for us, we've seen Reverse Flash 100 times now. But the regular public, look, $1 billion, like that Spider-Man cracked $1 billion. We knew it was going to crack it. Sean and I sat in that theater. They were erupting and cheering for everything. I didn't even know what was going on. When Ned opened up that little bitty, it was like this big, this little portal, and you could see through it. You could see the alley. All of a sudden, they're like, "Fucking yeah!" I'm like, "Well, what's happening?" I don't even know what is happening because it was Amazing Spider-Man. I haven't seen that movie since it came out
In
I don't
years.
even know. So I was like, Sean, what is happening here? It's like these people could tell by that little thing. It's like, where's the Flash? It's like, Flash, who's that? You need to reach those guys.
You know
Every
the
single
best
person was
example.
wearing a Spider. Every single person was wearing a Spider-Man hoodie or shirt. Or Sean, was it Sean? If I said 75%, would that sound?
Oh
accurate to
yeah,
you?
it's like they all had like because you're commenting, you're like, oh, everyone brought their Spider-Man shirts. to this-
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like the hood, and even like Ben Riley Spider-Man, Miles Morales. It wasn't just Peter Parker Spider-Man. It was the random Spider-Man. It's like Venom is in there. I think I saw an anti-Venom, for Christ's sake.
Well, yeah, the cartoons have all the Spider-Man in them now. So.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Anyways,
gonna say every time someone turned up, everyone cheered. But I think that the best example is when people call back to something from the movies,
Right.
like when what's his name? Who's the Amazing Spider-Man guy again?
Andrew Garfield.
Adam Garfield. Andrew
Garfield. Yeah. So when MJ is falling and then Tom Holland can't get to her, and then they cut to Andrew Garfield and he's like, no, and he jumps.
Yeah.
The crowd erupted because they not just because of what's happening, they knew what it meant to the previous movie that he could, and plus they had a callback line anyways when he was like, oh, this happened and I'm really bummed out about it. Right? He didn't say it like that, but they're engaging on an emotional way to past movies and what's going on in this movie. It's like that's big. That's not just like Andrew Garfield shows up and they cheer. That's, oh God, I know how this wraps up this thing from the last movie. This is amazing.
Right.
And that's something this Flash movie won't have.
Right.
It won't. One of the things that that you can call back to in these grim, dark, glum movies.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. They needed to do Reverse Flash. That's it. Yeah, go ahead, Grace.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, just something about No Way Home. I was thinking about like with Electro, he was like all this power that's going on, and like I was wondering, what is he talking about?
Did you
then I watched Iron Man. But then I watched the first Iron Man last night and realized that Tony Stark had created a new type of energy in Iron Man 2. So I think is that what he was feeling? Is that what he was feeling? Because
Iron Man 2 and 3 are. I watched 2 a couple of times. 3 I've only seen once. I think once he created that new element in part 3, I saw it in the theater and I was just like, this is awful.
You mean
like,
part 2?
really?
Was that part 2? He
Oh,
created a new
come
element.
on. Iron Man
Yeah.
2
That was
a lot
awful.
better than a lot of
You
people
created a
give
new
credit
element.
for.
Yeah.
It's like, here's a new element. It's like, that doesn't happen. Like, what do you mean?
Ever.
Ever. Like that, like when that happened in Star Trek where they encountered something, where it was like some alien thing, and they're like, we can't even identify this on the periodic table. Remember in Predator 2, where that woman is doing the analysis, she's like, it doesn't connect to any element we know on the periodic table. And then he's like, what? On Earth, on Earth, right? On Earth, right? On Earth. You know, but on Earth he found another one.
Well, you got to remember how many times
He made one.
No,
hold on, guys. Let me make one. I made a new element.
Come on, Jay, man. Like, you know how many times
I do feel like Iron Man 3 was worse.
No,
Man 3 is
Iron
worse than
Man
2, yeah.
3 is fine. It's just that last scene just really kind of like
It's
like
Iron Man
white.
3 is
What last scene?
Iron Man
It's like,
3's god
it's
awful. I
terrible,
can't watch
man.
it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's bad.
Iron Man 3 got bad in like 15 minutes. It was so weird.
15 minutes.
It started out. It was like it started out like when he was like challenging the guy. I'm like, well, should you really be challenging?
Oh yeah, when he put his address on.
Yeah.
Pepper defeated the villain.
Yeah, Pepper defeated the villain.
The first half hour is okay, and then it just as soon as he goes and he meets the kid, it just goes on.
That was awful. Remember? Do you remember that part in the Spider-Man? I can't remember which Spider-Man movie it was where Mary Jane defeated the villain. No, you know why I don't remember that? Because that doesn't happen. It's like, do you remember that part in Iron Man where Pepper Potts wins and defeats the villain? It's like, that's real. It's so awful. Iron Man 3 is
like
awful.
Well, you gotta remember.
Iron Man should defeat the villain, not Pepper Potts.
She can help a bit.
Yeah,
Which she did in part 1.
Though, like Iron Man is Marvel's training wheels. If we found out what doesn't work now, that stuff doesn't even happen anymore.
Right.
So if it wasn't for Iron Man 3, we wouldn't we would get that more. There's a silver lining.
Yeah.
That was like common colds don't get cured as fast as this.
The smart thing was also cured like quickly as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
They just fixed
all
his,
in like a
his,
2
heart
minute
problem. No worries.
Yeah, that was the word. That was bad. That was a bad script.
Yeah.
That was the movie was way too long. If I was going to do my space review to story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment, it's like the story is awful. Like I don't even know what it is. It's like the pacing is terrible. It's way too long. The artistry is okay, but he's never in the costume. It doesn't.
That was Robert Downey Jr. He didn't want to be in the costume all the time.
Well, too bad. You got paid. Like
no. He said he wanted. Remember the promo for it? They were saying like, oh, Tony Stark, he wants to be taken back to the. They were following those trilogy rules where you go back to the beginning, and so you you discover something that wasn't true from the get go.
I hate that.
No. They were following trilogy rules. It was movie trilogy rules. It sucks.
I know that was Scream 3's. You know that what's his name? Who explains it?
Hey, it works. It applies.
You guys see the new Screen?
Yeah,
for sure. I even watched the first season of the Scream TV series. It wasn't very good.
Oh no.
Chucky was very good though.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I seen Chucky like the TV show. Like it's pretty good.
That was very good. Okay, so the Batman trailer. Do you want to discuss that next?
Okay. Like,
oh, you mean 7?
7. I know. You think it's 7. The movie.
Batman
7.
Or I mean, come on. I mean,
no.
All right, I'm just gonna say this: Riddler on his best day is Jigsaw from the Saw movies.
Okay.
Oh, hold on a second. You know what? I was doing some repairs in the house today, and I realized I could cosplay as Riddler. Hold on a second.
Cosplay as Riddler.
Killing me, right?
Okay, here's my cosplay
Riddler.
Riddler.
Look, easy to do.
He has duct tape in the movie. I can now cosplay as Riddler. I'm getting close. Steve, do you remember that amazing issue of Batman where Riddler duct tapes people?
Yeah,
wasn't that so awesome?
That was great. That was great.
That never happened.
He should have used green duct tape because you could actually get different colors. He should have used
green.
I was looking at the Riddler in the trailer, and I'm like, this guy looks like the rat catcher or something. Like he's so brown and stuff. Like what the hell?
I know Arkham is really dying over this week. Look, the Batman parts look okay, where he's working with the cops. I like
the part. I'm watching. I think it's called Bat and Cat or something like that, or
Bat and Cat. Yeah.
Like I do understand. Like the Riddler look is different and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But what I've seen other than the Riddler, I really like. I like how they do a.
That's
reference.
A stretch.
I like how they do like. In the trailer where Catwoman does a reference towards Tom King's run of Batman and Catwoman. I know some people don't like for some reason some people don't like comic books stuff in movies sometimes, but I like it.
Well, I mean, I only ask for comic book stuff in comic book movies.
Yeah, generally that's here's the thing. I was on a website which I won't mention because I'm not going to promote it.
Mhm.
And every day they're showing, they're talking about Matt Reeves, and he's like, well, Batman was based on this character, and it's from a movie. Penguin was based on this character, it's from like Goodfellas or something.
Right.
This Catwoman was based on this character, and someone from The Godfather. You know what? He's not saying any of the characters.
We're based
No,
on.
he's not saying any of the characters are
He'll
based
send you
on
the Funko Pop.
the comic book characters.
Character. I know. Look,
That's
okay.
my problem.
Look.
Yeah.
The Riddler sucks. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. He looks like crap. It's not the Riddler. It looks awful. It's god awful, trash, bad, garbage. I hate it. It's garbage.
Hey, I love the
hold on.
Saw reboot. This Saw reboot looks amazing.
Spiral?
Like
Viral was good.
Saw.
No,
I thought
Spiral was
Saw.
good. Yeah.
I mean, or 7, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's
7.
And okay, so he's bad. The Penguin is awful. Bad, garbage, bad, not Penguin. Now, those guys to the side. Batman, I like. Let's talk about what looks pretty cool. First of all, Batman teaming up with the cops, actually at crime scenes doing stuff. I kind of think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like. There were some parts that looked really neat when Batman was kind of fighting and doing stuff. I thought, oh, this looks kind of cool. The Batmobile, I think this Batmobile is better than the last one we got, but it's not as good as the 89 Batmobile. That's sort of your go-to Batmobile.
Sure.
I don't think it's as good, but it's better than the tank. I don't like the tumbler thingy. I don't like I don't like the tank looking ones. I want it to be a car, right? So that looks better to me. I'm not a fan of that collar. I don't know. It's just
He can move his neck though. He can do this.
I know, but it's bugging me. It looks like he's wearing like a.
I do understand the collar kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like heard that it's an inspiration. Have you ever read? I think it's Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah, I don't care about
yeah.
that at all. I know
Like
what it is.
I think he got inspiration from Gotham by Gaslight, where Batman does have a collar for his thing.
Yeah.
So like, I guess like he got inspiration in a lot of stuff for like the suits and everything like that. So like,
right.
it is what it is. But like the suit looks pretty cool. Like I like the suit. I don't mind. The Batmobile I actually like a lot. Like, kind of reminds me a mixture of the comics and also the animated series with the I love with the animated series. Like, I like
the
that,
back part of it with like how it kind of goes straight into the points, right? Like, it's,
yeah.
yeah.
Also, like, was it the fighting? The fighting reminds me of the comic books and also the Arkham games, where like, if you ever play Arkham Knight, he uses the villains, the bad guys' weapons against them and hits them with it. So like that.
The
that's
fighting
pretty
looks
cool.
good.
No,
The fighting looks good.
No, I just feel like they need to stop doing like Batman. Like, all right. Seriously, I've said this before. Nightwing, Nick.
I know.
No.
Nobody knows who Nightwing is. People still think Robin is Dick Grayson.
No. Have Nightwing. Have it like just show like because we already seen Dick Grayson as Robin so many times. Show him like as an adult and show like how his life is. Like seriously,
I would love to have a Nightwing movie, but
no, seriously. Have Nightwing trying to talk to a therapist. Like, how was it like growing up with Bruce Wayne? Well,
and that's giving his identity away,
right? And it just shows him fighting. And it's like it was a lot, like a lot of hard hitting stuff.
Like,
why is it okay? Hold on. Why is everyone living in this dream world where there's a Nightwing movie? Look,
Nightwing is amazing.
Hold on.
He's a good character, but like, let's be honest. Like, I would love to see a Nightwing movie. I would love to see a Red Hood movie, or like certain character movies with the Batman universe.
Sir, I will fight you. You will fight.
We're gonna talk about Cobra Kai. It was awesome.
But the one issue is that they're not as popular as Batman. Like,
no.
Right. I love Robin.
Yeah, but neither was
I have an entire collection of Robin
Man.
toys right there. Here, okay, I'll tell you the steps to the Nightwing movie. There needs to be a very good Batman movie that not only these people in this panel like, not only the Restore the Snyderverse people like, there needs to be a Batman movie that everybody likes. Okay.
Right.
After that movie that everybody likes and makes $1 billion, they introduced Nightwing in the second Batman movie that made $1 billion.
Right.
Everyone likes Nightwing in that second movie. Then they make a Nightwing movie based off of that character that we saw there. That's how you
There
get
has to
Nightwing.
be like a build-up, like
There has to
in
be
the
build-up.
in the Batman trilogy or this universe. There has to be a build-up introducing the Dick Grayson character that he becomes Robin. Then
No. You don't need to do that. You can do that. No.
Let me finish. Then after that,
we don't
he
need.
gets
We
his
don't
own
need
movie.
to show him as Robin. That could be like
Yes,
a
you do.
flashback.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Yes, you do need to show me
no, graduates from that to
not the whole
Nightwing.
movie about it. We could just have like little cutscenes, like he's having a flashback and it shows him as a kid. Like
No,
if
but
later
nobody's gonna
on we can do a
understand.
prequel.
But if you want Dick Grayson, you have to first introduce him with the relationship of Batman and Robin that eventually leads Dick Grayson getting his own movie. You have to have that audience gravitate towards that character.
Right.
Like you like I want a Nightwing movie, but we have to introduce him in the universe first.
Yeah, we were close with the Schumacher movies.
We were very
Yeah.
close. He had the red costume.
This close.
The
Crystal
next
Dawn
evolution
movie
was
was amazing.
Nightwing.
Nightwing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go around the table for the Batman trailer. So good parts, the Batman interaction with the cops. Some of the Batman fights look pretty good. The car's better.
Now.
So what are the good parts? You know, it doesn't look too bad. Like it looks kind of interesting. Okay, let's see how it goes. I have to see it on the big screen to judge that better. So Robert Pattinson, I have no problems with him. He does have that whiny part, but they removed that from that last trailer. Did you notice that?
Because that was terrible.
I knew Sean would notice. They removed that. So Batman himself, the action with Batman fighting, the car looks better, and the feel of the Batman stuff with the detectives working with the case and trying to piece together.
I love Gotham too.
Gotham looks good.
Like Gotham looks like comic book Gotham, where it
it's grungy and stuff.
Like I saw on Twitter that it
comic book G-spot.
It kind of gives you that feel of the Arkham Gotham, where
from the games.
From the games, like there's like some comparison, and I saw it looks very like Arkham Gotham, and he kind of reminds you of Arkham Batman from the games.
Yeah, so those are the good parts. The bad parts are the villains are awful garbage. Okay, the Riddler's bad. I don't care. No, there's not anybody who's going to convince me the Riddler's good. I saw the toys. I saw a better picture of him. It's awful. Steve, what are your thoughts on the Batman trailer, good and bad?
Well, I think the important thing is Batman looks like he's going to be good. He's actually doing detective work. Yep. It looks like it's going to focus on him a lot, which is cool.
Yes.
And the actual detective work. But the supporting characters look absolutely fucking awful, man. Like, I don't know. Like, the Riddler looks like a reject from Seven. The Penguin might be okay. I think he's going to be a secondary.
Yeah.
Catwoman looks
I forgot about Catwoman.
God awful to me.
Why does she have a ski mask on? Why is that so bad?
I don't know.
I don't know. From the neck down, she looked fine.
Yeah.
And then she put on that ski mask. I'm like, why is there a ski mask on there? Like, that's literally a ski mask. I literally have that ski mask.
It's realistic, J-Man.
Yeah, except for Batman. Batman's the only unrealistic character in his
I know.
movie.
Why is he? Bats don't have horns. What are you doing? That have you?
Oh my god! I'm looking at the Riddler. Ew, that's terrible.
It's terrible. You know what it looks like?
Did you never look at the picture while we're
talking about it?
I gotta say, this when I saw the Riddler, I pined for Jim Carrey from Batman.
Yeah, really.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay. So Sean, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I just felt the trailer. I can't really trust these trailers because I don't know. They're emphasizing certain things. And I don't know if those things will be emphasized in the movie.
I'm going to show you guys something.
The whole Catwoman thing. It's like, once again, and I know Arkham, you trip over this because J-Man said he didn't like Catwoman, but like, it's like, is she a villain? Is she a hero? Is she? They're just a cock tease. Like, what's she doing? What is so?
The hell
I
is
think the
this?
movie will be
The
okay.
answer is
Yeah,
yes.
Repo.
Look, that's the Riddler.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Repo?
Yeah, so that I own this movie, and I think Steve owns it as well, right,
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah.
So this actor is the guy that plays Giles in the Buffy television series.
Anthony Stewart
And-
Head.
Anthony, yeah. And so let's see if I can find a good. So this is it's a musical, this movie, and he's literally a repo man, but he repossesses organs and steals your body parts and stuff like that. And when I saw Riddler, I'm like, oh my God, it's Repo the Genetic Opera. And I'm like, and okay, so
no one
am I
remembers that movie.
look,
We saw it in the theater.
we saw it in the
Yeah.
theater. Look, guys, this is exactly Riddler. This isn't kind of like Riddler. That looks exactly like the Riddler in this Batman movie.
Yeah.
Repo.
I'm with you on that one.
Riddler versus Repo.
What?
I wonder if someone else has noticed that. But like,
No.
look, that's exactly the thing I just showed you.
He looks like he's going out for COVID.
What?
Repo
Oh,
was
there
on
you go.
Shudder.
Repo's on Shudder. You can see-
There you go.
They should
Okay.
call him COVID Man.
So I like it's Zoe Kravitz who's going to be Catwoman, right?
Good
Yeah,
for her.
She
Like-
visually looks good. Like she
Yeah.
actually looks like Catwoman in the comics. Like maybe she might look like as Selena, she might be the most accurate looking one we've ever gotten. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. I just want like the one thing that I don't like is the ski mask. It's not like the comics.
I hate the ski mask. It's terrible. Like
Like
Yeah,
when I think of Catwoman, she like she doesn't have a ski mask. She has like some kind of like something like Batman. She has goggles and stuff like that, cat
Goggles.
ears and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But it's not a ski. She doesn't have a ski mask.
Yeah, we gotta remember this is supposed to be like year one. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
God, here we
I
go.
hate
I
you.
feel
No,
that
it's year 2.
the
I know. Oh,
Catwoman
year two. I'm sorry,
character
year two.
will be somewhat woke, just based on stuff I'm hearing from Zoe Kravitz in interviews.
I think it's just
No.
Zoe Kravitz shooting off her mouth. I
Yeah.
don't think that it's. She's not the director. She's not
No,
the writer.
You know what? You know what? She's saying what the producers are telling her to say. Like I'm a fan of Zoe Kravitz. I think her mother was prettier. Lisa Bonet was gorgeous. Is gorgeous.
oh hell yes.
Yeah.
hell yes. That's everybody knows that. That's a fact. There's
Yeah, I know,
there's,
I
no,
know.
there's no debate
like,
on that.
Like everybody who came from that show, A Different World, were Marissa Tomei, Lisa Bonet. Like
Yeah.
just saying, they still.
That
Yeah.
different-
Yeah. That was a different
I-
world. That was
Right.
that wasn't the college I went to. Or the university I went to.
I like Robert Pattinson. Okay, I've been a
Pattinson,
fan
yeah, I
of
like
his
him.
since. I've been a fan of his since like Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire. I'm like, he
Right.
did a part like, wow, he's good.
I think he's gonna be a good Batman. Like I think like I'm hoping certain looks of the character evolve, like Riddler and like the suit of like a Catwoman. Like the suit looks fine. It's just like the face part of the ski mask. Like just fix that, then I'm fine. And but certain looks just.
Oh, there you
Yes,
go.
Anthony, we all can agree Bill's Batman is trash.
Oh my god! Like, what is it? It looks like those pink beanies they wear at breast cancer awareness rallies. No, seriously. Just make it all pink.
Oh, I went to that.
Yeah.
Where it's like we have to see some like, oh yeah, she's married to what's his name, right?
She's married
Jason
to
Momoa.
Aquaman.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Have her
She's married
be
to Aquaman.
Queen Mara. I'm
How old
okay
is she
with her.
now? She's got to be pretty old. She's much older. She's older now, right? But like,
She's
if you look at
53.
this is Denise from Cosby Show. Did you guys know that I've seen every episode of the Cosby Show probably about 7 or 8 times?
Yeah, same with probably anyone your age.
I rewatch it every so often. Oh man, Bale is a trash Batman.
Okay. Bale was not a trash Batman. Adam West was a trash Batman.
Oh no, that is a false statement.
I said it.
No
You
way.
couldn't take him seriously. He wasn't fearful.
George
He was
Clooney
guy
was a
wearing
trash Batman.
Yeah, George Clooney was pretty bad. Yeah, George Clooney was pretty bad.
He was probably the worst one I've seen.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Val Kilmer was pretty bad because
No,
he was the pouty. He was the pouty Batman.
yeah,
No,
he
I
was.
liked Val Kilmer.
Kilmer, at least he was trying to do something with the role. I mean, he was in the wrong movie. That was his problem.
Yeah, Batman
George Clooney still
Forever.
did that tilty head thing and the
that
smile
was
and
bad.
all that when he's not.
I don't like
smiling.
the suit. Like I don't like the suit of Batman Forever. I don't like the nipples or anything like that.
No, the
Yeah.
nipples are bad.
Yeah, Batman Forever had the nipples at the end when he got that other suit or whatever, which was weird.
Yeah.
Like
He
his
was a little
normal
bit-
suit didn't. His normal suit didn't have nipples though.
No,
It
He
was
was a
that.
little
It was
bit
that
When he gears
sonar.
up and they show the nipples in the bat butt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the second
Batman.
suit. That,
George-
so,
It's like whoosh. There's a close up and like a sound effect. It goes whoosh like that.
I
Hey,
think
that was
George
Gotham's
Clooney could have been a
ass.
good Bruce Wayne if the writing was better.
George
Val-
Clooney wasn't a good actor back then. Like he's
No, he
really
wasn't.
toned down. The Ocean's 11 movies really like snipped the whole like tilty head thing and
Right.
like what he's known for.
Yeah,
He was a terrible actor in the ER days. He was awful.
yeah. I think Val Kilmer was okay, man. I thought he was all right.
I mean, he had some stupid lines, like when he was on the rooftop with Chase Meridian. He's like, "It's the car, right? Chicks dick."
Like
chicks
I
Or,
think
yeah.
it was okay Batman. I can't get behind. I did not like the blonde hair with Bruce Wayne. I
I
hated
know you
it.
hated that so much. I know.
My shoes, they're melting. Your shoes are melting.
Like when I think of Bruce Wayne, I do not think of him with blonde hair.
Right.
No, yeah.
The Panther suit, it barely had nipples. You never noticed. It was CGI. They weren't real.
Everyone's so scared of having the nipples on there. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
but it
They
was
have
supposed to.
nipples.
It was supposed to be like I understand they were trying to be like, well, it's supposed to be like a person. Like it's
Well,
a
it's supposed to be
guy.
like a Greek statue. That's what you said.
Right.
Right,
Yeah, and
right.
Joel Well, that's why Joel Schumacher had Gotham with those big, huge.
The
those
Greek
statues.
statue.
Monolith.
Right.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be
Yeah.
Olympus or something.
Statue.
Or,
Yeah, which actually is an interesting concept. It looked very pretty. It looked very nice, but maybe it didn't fit Batman. Perhaps.
Looks like
But-
Studio 54 in steroids. It's like,
Yeah.
of course, it's
Batman
Schumacher's
Boys
vision.
now.
Well, I would say that.
Yeah.
What is the
Schumacher's
infrastructure there?
movies, Gotham City itself never looked better than Batman and Robin. Like the
Fair.
architecture was amazing in that movie.
It was stylized. It was
Like-
over the top, though.
It's stylized. Yeah. It might not have,
Yeah.
it might not fit Gotham City, but it looks amazing to me. Like that city, whatever we're calling it,
Yeah.
looks cool. Like to me, it's
Yeah, I
like,
didn't look like
Humor
Gotham City.
Gotham.
Same thing
Humor
as
City.
Batman Forever. Batman Forever. I did not like the Gotham. It was too neon. Like
Yeah, it was
when I think of Gotham, like I don't think it like
It was a
it has
90s
some
film.
it has some bright colors, but it's not very neon looking and stuff like that. Like you think of Gotham, it's dark, gloomy, and stuff like that. That's a depressing world that you do not want to go.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't think-
Detroit.
You
Oh,
do not
man.
want to visit.
Wow.
It's depressing.
Wow, Sean. Really?
Remember in 20 there's like one shooting in like 2014 or something in Windsor, and the only shooting they ever had in like 10 years, and it was a guy from Detroit. It wasn't even a Canadian guy.
Our the population of Toronto is more than Detroit, and in a year we have a little under 100 homicides in the city. That's like homicides full stop, gun, strangulation, anything else. In Detroit, it's in the thousands and thousands. It's like it's
Oh, man.
crazy. I don't know. Anyways,
But-
they're great.
but-
It's a great city.
Detroit is the
The
home
visit,
of
man.
RoboCop.
Yes.
Detroit is the home of RoboCop, and RoboCop is the best. If they had a real RoboCop, they wouldn't be any bullshit going on.
He shot his hand off. He
Man,
shot
I love.
his hand.
Listen,
That
RoboCop
was
is great.
grimy in that.
Sonar suit. I do not. Didn't
Yeah,
like
the
it.
sonar suit had nipples. It didn't have nipples.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What?
If you're saying the sonar suit is the one with the white eyes, and he throws the batarang, that had nipples.
It had nipples for sure.
Pretty
Why was
sure
it
it did. It's the
silver?
ending of that movie.
Batman
Yeah.
does not have no silver. Let me see.
Oh, and he does. We're gonna look it up.
Google.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think it did. I'm looking at it. No, it didn't.
Well, one of them had nipples.
I think
Show
his,
me the nipples.
I don't know. Guess not. Why is
Look,
it
that's Val
silver?
Kilmer. Oh, okay, no, that's Val Kilmer. Sorry, the sonar suit
I
didn't
did
have
not.
it.
I don't like the suit. Like, why is it gray or something like that? Like everything. Looks
Look at
horrible.
those pouty lips.
Oh, sorry, the regular. I'm sorry, the regular one had the nipples. You're right.
Yeah, the regular.
Oh,
You're
yeah?
right. Could not be
Wow.
reached. You're right. So it was the regular Batman suit. So he was saying the Panther suit, meaning the black one.
Both suits are trash anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, the sonar one because the symbol covered where the nipples would be.
I do not like the sonar suit. I
But
think.
Robin
Why
had the
you-
suit. Robin had nipples too.
Nipple watch.
Yeah, see, he had. Oh, that's the toy, but he definitely had it.
Show me
Okay,
the
can we-
nipples.
Yeah, he's got nipples.
And giant cod pieces too.
Those were adjusted.
Like
No,
several socks were harmed in
I
them.
will say this though. Robin and Batman Forever had the best suit. It was better than Batman's.
Which one?
And Batman Forever, best suit.
No, the wait, the Batman
The
Forever
Robin
suit is the
suit.
one that had. Oh, the Robin suit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Batman
hated
Robin.
all the suits.
No, but the Robin suit had the nipples. That's what we're discussing. That's what we're arguing about right now.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like the Robin suit and Batman Batman
general.
Robin was the best one.
You know what was the best suit when Robin first took his Flying Grayson suit, and I was
It's
like,
the
oh,
Robin suit.
Oh my god,
That is the
this
Robin suit.
Yeah,
He looked like a Starburst with the bright
Starburst.
red and the greens. He looks like a Sprite.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that
overpowered.
those suits. I watched Comic Tropes. I don't know if you guys subscribe to Comic Tropes, and I watched his Bill Finger versus Bob Kane thing. We've all seen the movie.
Yeah, I saw that was loaded today, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna." I have.
Yeah,
those
so I
things
watched it,
again.
of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Bob Kane stole so many panels from comics. Like literally, the entire first Batman storyline from Detective Comics is literally a Shadow storyline. He stole the entire Shadow storyline, and he even stole. Because you remember in those old pulps, sometimes they'd have a photo or something.
Yeah.
He even stole that. He stole that. So the Shadow has to stop this thing, and the guys are encased.
Yeah.
And then he literally replaced Shadow with Batman, and you're like, oh my god, it's literally Batman was that first story is literally the Shadow. And then the controversy was that he was saying that that wasn't supposed to get published or some bullshit. And then Bob Kane's like, screw it, publish it anyways. So anyway, whatever. But it's a good. Arkham, I sent you a link to that video. You should watch it. It's very good.
Yeah.
It
That's
talks about the
crazy.
history and stuff. Yeah, because Bob Kane milked
Bob
the
Kane
crap
shit.
of it. Bob Kane's a bastard. Forget about
He's
Stan
such a
Lee.
bastard.
Yeah.
That's a diabolical bastard.
He is.
He made so much money off of it.
He is.
I
But
remember
it's-
him on Oprah, like taking credit
Yes.
for it, and I was
Yeah.
like, I was mad back then. Like I knew, like if you're a kid collecting comics, you knew all this.
Oh, dude,
Right.
Julius Schwartz pulled. This is a quick segue. He pulled an awesome. So Bob Kane had so many ghost artists, right? He never drew
Yeah.
any Batman, so he brought the comic in, and Schwartz was like, you know what? Can you change this panel to have Batman punching like the screen, like the reader? And then Bob Kane's like, okay, I'll bring it to you tomorrow. He's like, no, he goes, it'll only take you a couple of minutes. Just change it right now. And he goes, just change it for me right now. And then Bob Kane was like going to crap his pants. He's like, because he can't draw. He's like, he goes, oh, okay. He left and came back after half an hour, and it looked pretty good. So Schwartz was like, okay. Then he found out that he went and found a guy and paid him $10 to draw a fist for him. He couldn't even draw a fist, like just a fist like this. Right. And it's like, that's how brutal that was. And he's like, I created Batman and I did everything. It's like, you came up with the name Batman, and that's pretty much all you did.
You came up with a concept and you
The concept.
dictated everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Batmobile, Batcave, all that stuff was Bill Finger.
Bill Finger, Robin is Bill Finger, the costume, the cowl, the symbol,
Yeah.
the color scheme.
So
I
sad.
think
And that guy died
Don't-
of copper, man.
The only thing they actually said, Bob Kane actually did was come up with the name.
that's it. And the
Batman?
Batman's a movie anyways. But check this out. In that shadow story, the backups feature was a thing called the Joker. You're like, no, stop it.
Oh hell no.
It's like everything is stolen from the shadow. That's bad.
Hey, Chris Claremont did the same thing with his books. He made the Brood alien.
Yeah. You knew that, right?
But we knew that, and that wasn't that bad. This is like deceiving people and saying, I created this. It's different than saying, look, I borrowed from Elements, and everyone borrowed from Flash. Like Alex Raymond.
Sure.
What's his face? Tarzan, Edgar Rice Burroughs, Robert E.
Yeah.
Howard.
No.
These people have been stolen from like nobody's business, right? But everyone knows that. At least they say, like George Lucas tells you, it's like, I love Kurosawa Hidden Fortress. I love Buck Rogers. I love Flash Gordon serials with Buster Crabbe.
Right.
He's telling you. He's not pretending that this just, I came up with this on my own. Like, he's literally saying, it's like Darth Vader is literally a samurai with the helmet. It's like literally those samurai helmets. It's like,
okay, I see that.
He's not telling you I created this from scratch and that's all there is or whatever, right?
Yeah. I can't wait for the blow up in the future over Stanley. But
I know.
Wow.
We'll save that for another stream. What did you guys think of Boba Fett, man?
The last story before he died was like, what was that? That nurse, he was found out that his nursing staff was treating him badly. They were like, his nursing staff was stealing his money or something, or.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is, but
yeah,
it's just the whole creative, like who created what. And it's always been a debate,
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Did we all watch Book of Boba Fett?
Oh, I saw it. Like it was pretty good. I
thought it was awesome. I
haven't seen it yet.
Well, people are kind of like, oh, it's okay. I don't know. I'm like,
I think people hung up on how nice he is, but he missiles a guy. It's like I don't. He's not completely like a monster. I think that's what they wanted. And that one guy disrespects him in front of him. They wanted Boba Fett to shoot that guy. I don't know. Maybe he could have just shot him in the leg and said, "Take that back to your boss" or something like that. Like a little bit harder edged. But like, I'm not bothered by it. I don't know. Boba Fett was never really a much of a character, but to begin with,
right?
I've always wanted to see like a minion who wanted to disrespect, who wanted to like be critical with the boss, but he's like, hey, I didn't want to say this out there because I didn't want to disrespect you, but like I always wanted to see like the nice version of those situations. Like it's like, hey, thank you for not coming at me like that, but I'm still going to kill you.
He comes across more calculated. It's like, yeah, I could kill him, but let's see where this goes. It's like this could probably blow over or whatever. Like he saves those 2 Gamorrean guards, and then they help him out later. That's awesome. It's like those guys. Now he has 2 allies. When they came in, I was like, "Oh, this is okay. I like this show now, man."
I know. And then they joined up, and then the F and 4 of those guys are walking around, and I was like, "This is badass, man." And it's like, "Oh, Jabba gets carried around." He's like, "I don't fucking get carried around. I walk. I have legs. I walk. It's like I got shit. I gotta get shit done around here." That was awesome. And friggin' Ming-Na Wen, man, she's a favorite anyways from before. Like from Street Fighter and Chun-Li and all that. Yeah. But like she's awesome in this. And she's like, hey, my helmet's not as shiny as your helmet. He's got the whole freaking thing.
I like the world building in this too, even though this is like a 40-year-old world, but it's like it's like that whole thing, like it's like let me shine your helmet. It's like, okay. Yeah. He comes back with like just like coins and shit in it. It's like, okay.
She's like, what the shit? It's like, how come yours is all heavier? My yours is more. She's like, yours is shinier than mine.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
All right. I want to.
Steve, did you watch it? Hold on, Steve. Did you watch Boba Fett or no?
Yeah.
Oh, what did you like? Did you like it?
Oh yeah. It was cool. The one thing that threw me was when he woke up in the Sarlacc pit, he saw a stormtrooper in there, and I'm like, did a stormtrooper fall in during that fight? But then I was like, well, these things like digest over 1,000 years, right?
Yeah,
like that's what they said. So it could have. That's
why he wasn't moving. He was all like he was probably liquefied or half liquefied in that thing or whatever. I don't know. I think
I was thinking in Return of a Jedi, you saw all the guys go into the pit. I was trying to remember if a stormtrooper fell in, but
there weren't any stormtroopers there.
No, but it's 10,000 years or whatever. And that whole
that's
thing
what I thought of. Yeah,
cheap and
Like,
shitty anyways. Like the stomach is like this. It should be like enormous with a whole bunch of guys in there. And,
No,
and
no,
I
it
don't
is
know where the other
enormous.
guys that fell in are. It's
No,
like,
no, it is enormous. It is enormous. He came out way further from where he went in.
Yeah, he did.
No,
Yeah, he did.
it's enormous. You fall. Okay, oh, maybe I interpreted this wrong. You fall in, and then it moves you around. Like it's like pushing you and moving you into little sections to be digested around. Because when he broke out, he didn't crawl out of the mouth of crawl out of the mouth of it.
He came out like yards away.
Yeah, I think it is huge. No, I don't. I was looking for a mistake. I don't know.
Are you talking about that big like eating
The Sarlacc
The
pit.
pit, yeah, the Sarlacc pit. So he had fallen in, right, in Return of the Jedi, and everyone kept speculating as a kid, oh, can he come out? Like, what, how would that work? And he basically woke up and literally just blasted his way through it. He didn't kill the Sarlacc. He didn't kill the Sarlacc.
They do it. They do it in Marvel comics.
Yes.
Like back in the 80s.
Yeah, they did.
And it's basically the same thing. I mean, they had the detail of he took the hose and he uses the oxygen or whatever. But no, whatever.
I
But
actually thought he would actually kill the
I
monster.
do get goosebumps
when
because
he's coming out,
Pardon?
but he didn't. I actually thought, like, when I'm watching it, like he was actually gonna kill the monster or fly out or something like that.
No,
he
didn't.
He didn't.
No, like I got goosebumps because like we've never had a canon reason how he came out of the Sarlacc pit, and this is it. It just took like 2 minutes, but it's like that's kind of significant for like longtime fans like me, because it's like it's been in books, it's been in comics. You had to explain how he got out of that Sarlacc pit somehow, so you could tell more stories afterwards. But this is the canon reason. Like this is now in canon with the actual live action Star Wars. So that's crazy. Yeah.
And like he fought. I mean, as soon as I saw the head, it's the head of the Kraken on the Ymir from Thingy, right? Sean, you pointed that out on Thingy's stream. It's like
it just looked like it to me.
It looks cool to me, man. I was like, and you know what? Look, these guys, that's a tribute to Harryhausen, because Harryhausen did not do the mythical Kraken. He did his own version of the Kraken. And that head was very similar to the Kraken. And that is not an accident. I think that is a super tribute to him.
Yeah, and they did the one hand at a time coming up, just like the Kraken. Yeah. No, I like the design of that creature. I want it now, but they're not going to make a good one. It'll make like a $700 version for Hasbro Pulse or something. But like, I like that it can be like a centaur, and it can stand on its hind legs too. I
like
love
that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, everyone liked Boba Fett then. Oh no, Greg, did you see it? You said you didn't see it.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
I mean,
I'll check it out though. It sounds good. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
we do the whole thing, but yeah.
it's well, I mean, there's nothing to ruin. It's just episode 1 or whatever, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I really liked it. Did anyone watch? Did we talk about Spider-Man? We kind of covered Spider-Man from before.
It was good. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I like the movie.
Not a big surprise, J-Man and Sean. We did not get No Way Home shipped to us on December 31st.
Yikes!
Mine is coming mine's supposed to be coming pretty soon, though. I think.
The 11th it still says, but I bet it won't come.
Yeah, I don't know. It said like for some reason it's like we could pre-order No Way Home on 4K, so I pre-ordered it, and I'm like, okay, let's see if it's.
I did too, and I was like, sure.
Like, I didn't know that was coming out that fast, or do you think that was a mistake by Amazon?
It was a mistake.
It's a mistake. It has to be.
Yeah, I don't think No Way Home comes that early.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's saying, if I get it next week, I'm going to be like, I got No Way Home.
Digital Bits was just releasing maybe it's coming out in May or something, and I was like, well, if you guys don't know, then this has to be some sort of mistake or scam or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Eternals is going to be on Disney Plus in like less than a week.
Yeah,
so,
I can't wait.
No, actually, I actually want to check it out, but I'm not going to pay for it.
Yeah, you can check it out if you want to, but it's quite awful.
Yeah, in the US, there's no date yet.
Yeah, I'm looking at
but it's available to pre-order.
I was actually really happy I saw No Way Home in a movie theater because it was amazing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Certain movies you have to see in movie theaters.
Yeah, it looked like the Ymir. Yeah,
Ymir, yeah.
YMIR. That's the creature from 20 million miles. I'm looking on Amazon. It says title has not been released yet. I'm trying to look on Blu-ray.com for the release date. It doesn't really have it. on here.
I'll see your release date. I checked on Amazon. There's no release date.
Well, according to my thing, I'm getting it next week, so I'm pretty excited.
Lucky.
I'm gonna call Amazon and be like, "Why didn't you send me my thing?" I'll be all.
You get it from the future.
That's like Spaceballs. Remember in Spaceballs,
Yeah.
instant tapes, and then they could
God.
watch the movie as that was playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
That was great.
That they don't do. There's no humor like that anymore. Too smart.
Yeah. Well, did anyone watch Cobra Kai, or am I the only one who binged it? When it came out?
You are the only one who been.
You are.
Yeah,
You and Sean.
I have to watch Cobra Kai first. I never watched season 1 yet.
Oh my god! You have to watch the
never
Karate
got
Kids.
into the Karate Kid. I just don't get it. Like,
Oh, you should get it because it's so good.
I know the actor from Cobra Kai is technically Blue Beetle, so like I probably have to watch it.
Yeah, he's good. I like Miguel. So Sean, you saw it,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah, Miguel.
I saw it, yeah.
Miguel's Blue Beetle. Yeah,
that's cool. I guess.
good for him.
but
Oh,
dude,
Yeah,
movie,
I think
but
the
yeah.
movie comes out 2023.
I mean, I like Blue Beetle, so I'll be watching it. Cobra Kai was great. Yeah. So look, Chosen and Daniel at the end. How pumped were you for like when they zoomed out and then Chosen walks in? It's like they're gonna team up now.
They're gonna team up. Yeah.
Oh my
And
god!
I don't. Sure. I mean, what, do you fly over or some fucking thing?
Oh my god! Are you gonna be one of them? Are you gonna be one of them, Sean? Don't do that. Don't be one of them.
One of them.
It's like
One
ooh.
of them.
It makes perfect sense. And the other thing too is like I like Hawk, man. I'm kind of team Hawk. I like that guy. I think he's pretty cool. He's got the tattoo and everything. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of the characters, a lot of the sorry, my internet's coming in and out.
You're good.
A lot of the kid characters. I hate the kid characters. I think, and they're the whole show. I think in the last 2 episodes, some of them get better and stuff. Like the Hawkeye is cool at the end and all of that. But for the most part, they're just at each other's throats. They're all just like emotionally crazy. I guess they're teenagers, but like they're just way too unhinged for the whole show.
No, but okay. Yeah, but the point of it is that any person who touches Cobra Kai becomes bad.
Yeah.
And it's like and so you're thinking like okay, realistically, why does anyone care about karate tournaments? Because like I was in Taekwondo for a couple of years and no one cared. Like if you went to these if you went to these tournaments, you know who was there? The parents of the participants.
Yeah, that's
That's it.
swim my swim competitions. It's like just the parents.
It's just the parents.
Now,
right?
if there's other people, then you're in trouble because they're probably pedophiles or something.
Right. It's
Whoa,
weird.
whoa! Yeah,
just
probably.
No, because it's all kids.
It goes
Right?
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point of this show is that firstly, yeah, it's the teen drama.
You don't like
However,
kids, John?
No, but
I don't like
who's
kids
showing
either,
up to
but
watch
Like,
kids
they're
do
fucking
things?
kids.
You know.
I don't
Sounds
like. I don't,
fucking kids.
yeah, I don't like kids either. But like in Cobra Kai, I was into it.
Yeah.
Like and the thing is with the kid characters, it's all of the teen drama that you see in other movies, except add karate. So
Yeah.
instead of the kids just picking on each other, now they're using martial arts against each other. Look, once the school fight happened in season 2 or whatever, that
It was over. Yeah.
That was outrageous beyond
It's all
anything.
it's all unrealistic after that. It's like they break into their house and then they, it's like it's all BS, right?
It is. We're
Yeah.
keeping it
Sorry,
family.
guys.
Yeah, look, if there was a major school fight in high school where like 15 kids are beating the crap out of each other, kicking them downstairs, that would be shut down. Those kids are suspended automatically. Like it's over. But nothing happens.
Yeah.
They just get a slap on
Yeah.
the wrist. And then in season 3, they literally break into their house, destroy his house. It's like, wouldn't you call the cops immediately? And
Yeah,
arrest
but then
them?
they make excuses. They're like, "Well, the business. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Just
anything,
call the
yeah.
cops. I don't
Yeah.
know what the problem is." Yeah.
But you know what? Like, I mean, to me, that's the same as Karate Kid 3.
Yeah.
like, why wouldn't you call the cops? But like, I don't know.
Mm.
I'm into it. I'm pumped up for it. I'm pumped up for all of the Miyagi-Do stuff. I love the 2 training methods where he's
Yeah.
like,
I think it's awesome that this like furthers the Karate Kid franchise and like gives all these guys jobs, like like the guy who plays Kreese and the guy who plays Silver and all that. Like they're all back for more, man. And that guy who plays Silver is good. I don't know if he's done other things, but like
Terry Silver, like,
yeah.
why would you call Terry Silver back?
Yeah, I don't
like,
just because he's in part 3. That's why you call him.
No. But I mean, in the storyline, I'd be like, dude, I am not like, this guy is psychotic. I'm not bringing this guy in. But the thing is, Kreese is psychotic. So it's like, are they going to make Kreese a good guy and bring in the next one? Because that's crazy.
Well, also like there's that one scene where the wife is like, "Oh, do you have any other guys from like your past that come back?" And he goes, "Well," like he's leaving the door open for like like Michael Ironside or somebody.
Well, we need Hillary. So yeah, we need Hillary back, obviously.
Yeah.
We're talking about Cobra Kai.
They can't afford her.
Yeah.
She's an Oscar winner. She ain't coming back.
They had Carrie Underwood as a singing cameo, and she sang "Moment of Truth." Come on,
she doesn't really match that song very well, but like, but that was awesome when she was singing. It's like put her little twist on it.
I was like, yeah. I was like, as soon as it started playing, I'm like,
"Moment of Truth,
it's the moment of truth.
This is the place. This is the time." Anyway,
man, I couldn't. And they watched Bloodsport. They went to the thing.
I know, yeah, and they're all like, "Oh, and the balls, yeah."
And the thing is, I just watched Bloodsport last weekend for no reason. I'm like, let's just watch
for
Bloodsport.
no reason.
Oh, I love Bloodsport. I've seen it 100 times. You know what? Bloodsport still gets me. It's
Double Impact's the best Van Damme movie ever.
Double Impact is one of the best action movies ever. Never mind Van Damme.
Oh yeah.
There's 2 Van Dammes. Like
2.
I have the poster for that. Like when I saw there was going to be 2 Van Dammes, I didn't know what to do with myself. I thought,
well, what's the other? There's another one with 2 Van Dammes.
There's lots of 2 Van Damme movies, but
it's like a whole subgenre.
There's a subgenre.
There's 2
Hey, this was the first though.
This was the first.
Yeah.
So it's Double Impact.
That opening scene where they killed the entire family. It was
brutal. And then the woman's running with like the baby in her arm, and I'm like, this is crazy. Are they gonna kill the baby? And you're
Why didn't Frank take both children? That's weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Why did he go back for the one? Why did he find the nun and find the kid and keep them together? Duh.
I think he just lost track of what happened. But you needed to have the 2 Van Dammes grow up in different environments so that they'd be different. Everybody knows Alex is the best Van Damme, I think, for me. He's like my favorite Van Damme character.
Black Silk Underwear.
He's so insecure, though.
What are you talking about? He headbutted someone while
insecure.
He had a cigar in his mouth and headbutted someone. That's the coolest thing.
He lost his shit over the fact after the idea of his brother sleeping with his girl, even though he had nothing to go on.
RVD really looked like him. RVD.
I actually thought Jean-Claude Van Damme was a twin after that movie. Like, oh my god, he has a twin. It's gonna be.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
he was a great villain.
He's the greatest.
Is that a Shalage? I like that.
Shalage. And then he's the way he says plutonium, where he adds an extra syllable, like plutonium or whatever. I'm like, I don't think that's the way you say it, but
I like when he fights Stallone, and it only lasts like a minute or so. He goes like, "That's it. I want my money's worth." And he takes off
my
his
money's worth. Come on. That's because that's what the audience was saying. Like, no, that's not good enough.
You're right, man. Yeah.
Van Damme is just like, well, he's my hero. Everyone knows that.
He's great.
He's the greatest. Double Impact is like the greatest film ever.
It really is.
Van Damme should have won 2 Oscars. Best actor times 2. They should have given him 2.
Seriously. Like, you know what? But seriously, Frank, the guy who played Frank, he was right there. He's best supporting actor.
That guy is he's a big time character actor. So he pops up in movies here.
J-Man, we're supposed to be fighting the Zangs, not each other.
Yeah. You want to fight Zang? You got an army outside or what? You got an army outside or waiting for you or what? It's like, let's go, Frankie. It's you and I, just like always. It's like, and then Alex gets all upset. He's like, all right, fine. He goes, you want some real action tough guys? Let's do it. And then he's like doing the cars, but it's all filled with like smokes and stuff. He's like, they don't get these cars in Hong Kong.
or the gun. He's like, I think this gun is jammed. Hey, let me check out. Seems fine to me.
Arkham, are you still alive? We're
Yeah,
talking about Van Damme.
here.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Like it's too much.
Man.
It's too much Van Damme talk. I have all the Van Damme movies. It's just Dolph Lundgren's my other heroes right there. So Boba Fett. What else is coming out? I mean, I know that they're doing. I didn't read Action Comics this week, and Detective came out. I didn't read Detective.
It's kind of interesting seeing. I read the comic where Batman. I think it's Batman leaves Gotham and stuff like that. I think he leaves Gotham, and you have someone in his place for a time being because of like you have like the Bat family within within Gotham, like Batwoman and everything like that. And I think Batman didn't move, but he's on a mission to take down this Abyss character.
Yeah, so that Abyss character, was that the first appearance just recently of the Abyss?
Yeah, issue 118. So 118. 118. So like
Batman,
right?
Why does Sean have a Lando? What's he trying to say? John wants to be black on the inside?
So the Detective Comics and the Batman 118 or 119 are connected. So like those series are connected to one. So like Batman will be off dealing with Abyss, and in the Detective Comics you have the Bat family filling in for Batman until he comes back to Gotham.
Yeah, so they introduced this character. So this was 119.
The new suit looks awesome.
This was a very good. This was a great cover, I thought.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I did not get this one. I also like this. I also like this as a cover as well.
That's on my covers, but the
what's with the cod piece?
Well,
the covers that DC does are awesome.
They're awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, Batman. Like, did you? I did not read the latest Detective Comics. Other than that, I'm caught up on Batman. I read Nightwing.
Nightwing's awesome.
Nightwing was awesome. Oh, Nightwing was super awesome this week because it was like a flip book. It was all
I
just
heard
splashes.
about that.
Yeah. It was like a video game. It looked like an action platformer video game. So you actually read it further back, and it's like just splash pages. So it's like it continues like this, and then you flip it, and it's like he literally continues on, like throughout the whole thing. It's so.
And you're telling me Dick Grayson can't carry his own movie?
He can with us, but not with general public.
Oh, I understand it.
There's a difference between comic books and movies. Like you have to have
I know that. I don't. No. I just think Dick Grayson, he can literally be the Iron Man of DC.
I'm not saying he can't carry his own movie. It's just like you have to introduce the character in a Batman movie first, because before
you
don't
need to. It would be, it's recommended, but like seriously,
because
Dick Grayson is charismatic enough and he's unknown enough that he can be the Iron Man of the DC universe. Seriously, they can build it around him. You could bring in Batman. You can have Batman already be around.
If they're gonna do Dick Grayson correctly, I would want to see like Batman training him and like the relationship between Batman and Robin, like Dick Grayson. Why did Dick Grayson leave Batman? Why did he become his own hero? There would be so many questions of him becoming his own character to get that Nightwing movie. I want to see that first before we get a Nightwing movie.
Plus, if you go right to Nightwing, let's say you do it in flashbacks. If you do it in flashbacks, how old is your Batman going to be in that movie? You can't have Robert Pattinson be next to a Nightwing where there's flashbacks of him being Robin, because Pattinson would need to be older for it
Right.
to have flashbacks. It's just too much of a. It's a little bit of a logistical nightmare. And
you can
regular
do
people,
it. I mean, people
You
don't
could
care
do-
who's playing Batman. Batman's the star. So like, if you had someone who's like
Right.
an older actor, not like super old, but like 40 going on 50, like 47 or something like that, with a Nightwing, that would work. You can do
Yeah.
it, but like once again, you need people who respect the characters and understand them
And
and can
if
write
you're
cleverly. And that can't happen right now because they're not good at that.
no, they're not. Like
Please,
if you're gonna
yeah.
do if you gonna do Dick Grayson or like a Nightwing movie, possibly like some people said, maybe just make it on its own thing where like you have a new Batman. I know people get, but you have to have if you're. It's not gonna be connected to Robert Pattinson's, but you could do another Earth or like whatever universe, where you have a new actor that's playing a new Batman, older Batman, whoever they pick, and that could be its own continuous story, like a Black Label or something like that. Think it was similar to Joker, like Joker, where it's its own thing and it's not connected to the DCEU and it's just its own universe, and you have a new Batman and you have Nightwing. I think that could work if it's not connected to anything, because like for some reason they can't do the DCEU correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
like DC, yeah, like DC needs a Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
They need somebody who need a captain of the ship.
I
Like
know, but
someone like
you think that can just happen, but Kevin Feige is a confluence of events. It's not like someone hired him and said,
Oh
"Get
no,
Kevin
no, no!
Feige
I
to
don't
drive
mean like
this."
that.
Yeah.
No, I just mean they need a type, like somebody with a vision that the studio believes in.
And I think Kevin Feige also had some experience of filming and stuff like
Right.
that.
He
So,
produced 13 Marvel movies before the MCU.
yeah,
And
so
they were
like
good and bad, and then he learned from that. But that's another thing. You need someone who learns from their mistakes, and that's few and far between in Hollywood as well. So, and
Yeah,
he was a Marvel
absolutely.
fan. He was a fan of the stuff. It's like a whole bunch of things like converged into this
like a
sort
mixture of everything. Like
anomaly.
you have to find someone that really cares about the DC characters. That's number
Right.
one. Has filming experience. Like he has to like at least go, he does have to at least go to college or something like that.
Yeah.
And he has to have that experience. And there's no one that
Yeah.
really has that. Like
Yep.
the only person that I could think of that really cares a lot about the character is Jim Lee himself, but he doesn't have that filming experience.
Jim Lee.
They tried to get Jeff Johns to be that guy, but Jeff Johns is not a film producer.
See you
No,
guys.
he's not.
No,
See you.
Like,
no.
but like the one thing that like I don't even like the only person that I could see like if Jim Lee did have that kind of experience, I could see him like a Kevin Feige because he cares about those characters a lot. He cares about Batman. He cares about these DC characters, but he doesn't have that filming experience. He never went. He's more like an artist. He's not
Okay,
like
so
Yeah.
Okay,
Calling
so
shots and
so
dealing
so-
with execs
so what
is a
they
big
need is
thing.
they need a producer. So they need a producer who understands the movie side of the stuff,
Right.
and they need an artistic who can make the art who can make the comic book stuff work. So basically,
you already
they
have
just
Jim.
need a
You already
duo.
have Jim Lee for that. The problem is
Jim
um,
Lee.
like Jim Lee.
Jim Lee.
Really, the artist, Jim Lee?
Yeah.
He runs DC like
He's in
Yeah,
charge.
always
Right
now.
he runs
Oh,
DC.
right. I was thinking Bob Harris still ran, but he got
No.
he's out.
He runs
Your-
DC, but
Your
the
brain went to
problem,
the 90s there.
you have Jim Lee. He's in charge of DC, but the problem is
Doesn't have the time.
most of the decisions goes over his head, so like he doesn't have a say.
He's not a producer. Yeah, he's not a producer. Look, he's not gonna like know who the best lighting people are and the best like
Right.
electricians and the best You know, he's not
Right.
going to deal with the movie execs and all that stuff. Like the thing with Kevin Feige was he cut the middleman. He was creative and he was a producer in one,
Right.
and he didn't have to work with a creative to come up with the plan of the Infinity Gauntlet over the course of movies and stuff. He's that guy in one, and that's rare and almost impossible. And like people say, like, why can't this person be the new Kevin Feige? Because they're not. They're just not going to be that. You know?
Yeah,
Oh no,
like-
I'm
do
not
understand
saying, I'm not
why-
saying they need a Kevin Feige. I'm just saying like they just need somebody who, like Kevin Feige type, somebody who does understand how the movie
Right.
business works, and
That would be
somebody
awesome.
who does, yeah,
But
yeah, and like
who?
it's not
Yeah.
that hard.
You need
though.
one per. I would say you need a person like
Three.
because like you need someone that like understands the characters and can have that idea like Kevin Feige had. Like he knows what he's planning with Marvel like throughout like the future and everything like that. Like he did like Infinity War and everything like that. He has a plan. Like the problem is you don't have someone like that. Like
What happened to Bruce Timm?
But look, the problem too is MCU, like Marvel Studios, is its own thing, and yes, they paired up with Paramount before Disney, and then got bought by Disney. But they run themselves, you know, more or less. I mean, I don't know what the Bob Chapek years, but Warner Brothers is a whole other beast.
Yes.
It's not like there's no DC Studios. It's Warner Brothers execs.
I feel like
Right.
DC would be better with just like I feel like what would make DC better is you have a DC studio and separate Warner Brothers from DC.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
Too many media executives are hitching their star to this wagon. And the thing too is like you can't have really a vision like they did at Marvel at Warner Brothers. They keep thinking that they can do this, and then they trip over their own feet. It happens all the time. Like
look.
Hey,
Look,
what
what
about-
Sean said. Hold on. What Sean said is the main point, and the main point leads to this point, which is characters trump everything else.
Mm-hmm.
A generic person, and how do we know this for a fact? Because everyone loves Iron Man in the MCU, but asterisks, Iron Man 2 and 3 are not very good. Yet Iron Man is still continuously in the top 2-3 most popular characters. And his own movies weren't even that good. The 3 Captain America movies collectively are better than the 3 Iron Man movies, but it doesn't
That's
matter.
subjective.
Subjective.
That's an objective opinion.
It's true.
But it's true. But hold on. Everyone loves Iron Man because characters are first. And the way the characters get done is when you have a Marvel person doing it. The problem with DC is that because there's no DC studio, it's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers doesn't look at Batman as a character who's Bruce Wayne and we need to develop this character. They look at it as Batman is a brand name where we have to make money.
Yeah.
They know people know the name Batman. So we have to make sure that we make money. And to make money, you need to do this. Then the studio gets involved and they won't let you. Because the studios think about it this way. The studio's like, I'm going to give you $200 million and you want me to just not pay attention to what you're doing and not have any say? That doesn't make any sense. But the Marvel person or the DC Studios person should say like, look, it's great that you gave the money. Trust me, I've been working with the character of Batman for several years. I understand this character. I know what the public wants. I know what the nerds want. Let me do it. Then they're supposed to say, yeah, okay. That's kind of what happens with Marvel. Because if it's Marvel Studios, it's like Disney's like, okay, Marvel guys, you kind of got this. So
they just gave them the money.
Yeah,
well, they had a track record too. That was the like leading up to the Disney buy. It's like you guys seem to know what you're doing. But here's the thing too. So that was Bob Iger, I think, right? That did that.
I believe so.
And that was him. Because if it were Bob Chapek that bought he would be like, no, I want my grubby fingers all over everything. So it really is that one vision. And he's like, you know what, you guys seem to know what you're doing. Like go. Now, if the next 5 movies tanked, then he'd step in. But they didn't, right? Yeah.
I know things are supposed to change after like I don't know if the mergers get changed anything. I hope it does. Like the point is, I think like DC should have their own studio because like Marvel, and because like the problem with like Warner Brothers is they get involved. Like, just trust the director, what he's doing. Like, don't get involved. Don't do anything. Just
I think I have an idea
incapable.
about. I think I have an idea about who can, like, if they were to put, if Warner Bros. Was to put, the artistic
DC Studio.
Okay, no, yeah, the animate. Who's in charge of the animated department?
I think
I have
Bruce
no
Timm.
idea.
Warner Animation.
Oh, DC,
Yeah,
like the DC.
Warner Animation.
Yeah, Warner Bros. Animation. The person mostly does the animation. I think mostly Bruce Timm.
Why not get Bruce Timm to come back?
Well,
But he's-
listen, that's what from the very beginning, even in the 90s when people were screaming about the Joel Schumacher movies, everyone's like, why don't you get Bruce Timm and Paul Dini to write
Everyone
these
said
things
that.
for
I
25 years now, and it's never happened. So it's
Why?
never going to happen. I don't know. Here's the thing about Warner Brothers. Ever since the dawn of the internet, I've been following Warner Brothers on all these like chats and stuff. And the thing about Warner Brothers, it seems like all of their different like divisions are siloed. So it's like Warner TV does what it wants, and Warner Films does what it wants. And so Warner TV says we're making a Flash show, and Warner Films doesn't say let's synergize and plus that thing on them. They say we're going to do our own Flash movie and have nothing to do with that Flash TV thing. Warner Animation does amazing cartoon shows and with great characterizations, and Warner Film makes crappy movies and never says, oh, let's get the guys who write those animated things help us out on the movies. They don't synergize at all. That's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
That's always been Warner Brothers for decades and decades. And
It's an elitist attitude. Warner Brothers is old school elitist attitudes.
Yeah.
They're like, film is the best. Everything else is crap. That's why they don't care.
That's what it is. Film's
They
the
don't
best.
care.
Everything's
Look,
the
guys,
you know what,
yeah.
guys?
Warner Brothers thinks film is important. They think TV's for losers. They think cartoons are for babies. They don't care. They're like, it's like Warner Animation's like, we're gonna do Batman cartoons. Yeah, okay, I don't care to make them. Are they gonna make money? Yeah, they'll make money. Okay, go ahead. And then they don't look at it and say, wow, these are really great. They don't care. They think it sucks. They think film is where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I would
Gray.
love to see Paul Dini. Like Paul Dini is an excellent writer. Like I remember when they brought Paul Dini to write. He's from the comic books division. He's a writer. He came to write Arkham Asylum. He wrote the video games.
He's
Arkham
from
City.
He-Man. Paul Dini did stuff on He-Man and
He-Man.
Yeah, like
Paul
he's
Dini
an
didn't just walk
excellent,
off the street. Hey,
he's an
what's up?
excellent
Paul?
writer. Like I don't understand why they won't use that kind of talent. Like imagine a Batman movie with Paul Dini on the big screen. That would be excellent.
Actually, here,
Go ahead,
you
Greg.
guys really kind of hit the nail on the head. When I was talking to Scott Lobdell, he was saying
That's
that
great.
he was talking with Jeff Loeb, and Jeff Loeb had this. He was like, "Oh, I write for TV shows and movies." Like he had that whole mindset going into comic books.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's real. And plus, if you're a studio head, like, why would I want to pay? And you're right. It doesn't make any sense. Why would I want to pay the guy who wrote $7 million to write the script when I can get a video game writer who wrote Arkham Asylum and then pay him like
Arkham City
$250,000? Yeah. And like any one of those, get like that writing team, and I could pay them $250,000, and they'll come out with something that. Yeah. It makes money. It makes more sense.
It's just kind of sad that, like I like certain movies of DC, but it's weird that the comic books, the animations, and the video games are better than the
because
movies.
they have less less studio fingerprints on them. Because remember, look at Justice League Dark. If that was to be live action, oh my God, things would have been changed. So much would have been changed.
The one that's still happening might not even happen.
Seriously, that whole thing with killing the Justice League in the beginning would not have happened. They would have had they would have been captured or something. Or
I watched that and I was like, this is awesome. I didn't know all this stuff happened in it. It's like, my God, Superman's in the beginning.
What? And you have Matt
they
Ryan
took him
that
out.
Yeah, Matt
you
Ryan
have
as
you have Matt
Yeah.
Ryan that voices Constantine in the animation. He's excellent as Constantine.
Yep.
Like watching Justice League Dark, the anime movie, was very good. Like,
but they won't use him. See, here we go again. So they've got Matt Ryan. The guy wants to do it. He's a British guy. He's got the blonde hair. He's got the red tie and the jacket. It's like, just use that Constantine for your movie. But Sean said, and this is true, it's all Big Brother. It's like the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's up to.
No,
It's like, and it's like, they said we're going to make a Flash TV. Instead of saying, look, we have a Flash TV series, let's connect it. They don't.
Yeah.
It's like their studio is scattered, I would say. Like one department wants to do that one. You have like the animation, they do what they want. You have the comic book division, they do what they want. You have the video games do what they want, TV do what they want, and movies do what they want. They never come together.
Yeah.
But also they look at like the comics. Comics make the least amount of money out of all these divisions.
But you have
television.
Television makes less
money.
I was gonna say, like, within this decade, I think that you're gonna see some dark times with DC. I think within this decade, you're going to see DC Comics fold, and then get put into Warner Publishing. And a lot of these characters are just going to be IP that's licensed out. It almost happened in the early 80s. Yeah. Warner almost folded DC Comics and sold all of them as licenses to Marvel. And Jim Shooter's talked about this.
And Bob Kane talked about it too. They show Bob Kane on that video I was talking about by Comic Tropes, where he was like, he was securing Batman. He's like, look, he goes, this ain't happening. He goes, I need to have, because he had his name so embedded with Batman. He's like, you can't do jack shit unless I'm in there. So
that's horseshit, because Warner owned all of that flat out. And
they bought him. They bought him out. They ended up buying him out.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, they were gonna, and Marvel was like, oh, Jim Shooter's like, oh my God, we can do the Marvel Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Justice League. And what happened was DC pulled their ass out of the fire with Crisis. Crisis generated a lot of buzz, and it sold a lot, regardless of what you think of it. And it got them out of that trouble. But like, I've always wondered why Warner still sticks with DC. It's weird to me. It's like, I feel like, I mean, like, I want DC Comics to live on, but I feel like they're gonna fold it up and just take all these IPs and sell them off.
Look at hold on.
Yeah. But only the publishing. They want the movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, they're producing the comics just to have the comics out there, and it's like they don't care if they lose money on it.
Yeah, they're IP farms.
They're IP farms.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to get into what I do as a day job. I've talked about it before, but it's similar to what I used to, in a company I used to work for, where they just want to sell you paper, but really we make boxes. But it's like paper is the thing. Same thing here. And we have to face the facts too, that comic books for Sean, me, Gray, well, me and Sean, I think mostly, a little bit with Gray because you're younger. When comic books are out there, there was really, if you wanted Batman and Superman stuff, you had to go to comics. There was cartoons for a while. There's live action movies. Look, those 4 Christopher Reeve movies can only get you so far. After a while, you're like, look, I want more Superman. Batman had 3 or 4 comics. Spider-Man had 3 or 4 comics, 4 comics at one point. Superman had 4 or 5 comics. So you had to buy comics. Now we've got streaming, video games. You didn't have to wait 2 years to buy a VHS tape of a Superman movie.
God.
You can go on right now to Disney Plus and see every Spider-Man cartoon except for maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
You can get every Spider-Man cartoon right now. Yeah. Plus, you don't need the comics. You want to play a video game? In the video game, you pick up your PlayStation Spider-Man. All of a sudden, you can swing around, you can through webs, you can fight guys. You're like, wow, I am Spider-Man.
There's a lot of content out there.
There's a lot of content.
Right, yeah, I get that.
Right, when we were kids, it was like Spider-Man was either a cartoon, which again still had an ending, because you're like, oh, there's no cartoons on right now. Well, I want to buy comics. So if you like Spider-Man, that was your only time to get Spider-Man.
Yeah, before the 90s cartoon, there was nothing. There was nothing. Yeah.
Right. And now we're at a time where the people writing the comics, for whatever reason, good or bad, they're trying to acquire audiences, but you're not getting new audiences. The audiences are me and Sean. Now, Arkham is different. Arkham is younger, and he's getting comics, and that's great, and you will get some people. But look, I go to the comic shop every week. It's the 40-year-old guys that are there, right? 30 to 50 range, let's say.
Yeah.
And it's like, these guys are not going to like it when you take Superman and change something. Or when you take Spider-Man and change it. Or, oh, we're not going to, Superman's dead. We're going to have Jonathan Kent do it. Or it's like, they're like, huh? They're not going to like that stuff. And they think they're getting new people in there, but they're not. And what's happening is that the way you get new people is by me giving my niece and nephew comics, which is, and then they'll get, but if I don't tell them, hey, you got to read Spider-Man or whatever, they're not going to. So you're losing your audience for these comic books. So now you got to fall back to your movies. But the movies, again, are not pleasing everybody. Half the people don't like them. Half the people do like them, except for Marvel. The DC ones are divisive. It's like people aren't dying over it. It's not making $1 billion. Batman versus Superman should have made $1 billion instantaneously. Correct?
But also,
you ain't wrong.
It should have, but they cut some scenes out.
But it didn't. Even if they kept those scenes, it wouldn't have made it. It's not the characters that people wanted.
It's a downer slog. Let's face facts. People at work who are just like random people who this movie is supposed to make the $1 billion off of, laugh at, make fun of it because and we're like, what the hell was that? And I had to explain things, but even I was like, I don't know where Superman's coming from in this either. I don't know why they're fighting. It's like it's just, it was badly put together, only because, and when you look at the interviews, it was Zack Snyder and who's the Chris Terrio was the writer. I can't remember who was. They say it's studio interference. It's like it's sticky notes. It's like it's notes on the screenplay. It's like, well, we do this and that. It's like, oh my god, like when will it stop? And that's what happened with that movie.
So think about this as perspective. Zack Snyder's handling Superman and Batman in the studio system, and they're giving him notes every 5 seconds. Rob Zombie remade Halloween. He said the producers were calling him every hour. They're like, oh, what's going on here? Then he get a call. They're like, oh, can you change this? Can you do this? And it's like, this is just Michael Myers. Forget about, just imagine Superman and Batman. How many phone calls? Zack Snyder probably never filmed more than 5 minutes without getting a call or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to make a movie. Like Rob Zombie's like, I literally can't make this movie.
Yeah. No, because it's Warner Brothers and executives from like, other holdings that they have.
Who makes Halloween? Is that Warner Brothers?
No, that's Dimension.
But I'm just saying Halloween is nothing compared to Superman and Batman. Right. But I'm saying
it's an IP.
But it's an IP. And Halloween, and nobody really cares that much about Halloween, but because it's Halloween, he was getting calls every hour. He goes every hour. Oh, can we look at the script? What did you shoot today? What's going on? Are you going to change this? We want this to happen. He's like, guys, I can't. He literally just says like, I can't take these calls anymore. That's why Rob Zombie stopped making studio movies after that. He's like, I'll just make my own movies and do whatever I want. And whether you like those, that's a different story. Because some of them are pretty shitty, but some of them are pretty cool.
No, J-Man, you had it right. A lot of them.
Are shitty. I like Lords of Salem.
Like Rob Zombie is what happens when you like. You know what? Actually, I would love to see his rendition of January 6th because it'll be so crazy. A bunch of crazy white people running through the Capitol. It's like, liberty.
Well, great. We're gonna get his monsters, and I'm dreading that because I love the monsters. So
anyway, well, the point is that if it's such a small IP, Michael Myers versus Batman and Superman, just think of the ratio of interference.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like there's so much.
I can totally see that.
I know some people want to see like Marvel versus DC movie. It's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen because like Warner Brothers' ego's so big. They don't want to share all the money towards someone else.
No,
unless Disney buys them. But.
No, like seriously, if Disney and Warner Brothers were to do something like that, that would be the biggest jail Okay, it basically you would know who's in charge. You would know Disney. You would know that Disney has Warner Brothers by the neck. But oh god, it'd be bad. I'm just saying, it'd be really bad.
Yeah, because like I don't think they would cooperate with each other.
No.
Superman has to
You
beat
would
everybody.
have DC people making fun of talking about Warner Brothers people. Like you would have Mickey Mouse bitch slapping Bugs Bunny.
I would think that like the problem is that the DC guys are more powerful because they're more god-like characters than regular.
Yeah.
Like we always Arkham was debating this with people the other day. Having these debates is pointless because the DC characters were always portrayed more like godlike beings.
Yeah.
Versus the Marvel characters, which Marvel's basically mission statement is regular people getting powers. So regular people being exposed to radiation and being able to stretch are certainly not going to beat Plastic Man, who is like this crazy thing that can become he's like he's basically a changeling.
Right?
Like
it's Mr. Fantastic.
It's like Mr. Fantastic stretches. Plastic Man becomes things. Like that's not a comparison, right? Like
no, it's not.
Like Superman, Superman is impossibly strong. He'll just kick the crap out of anybody. It's like,
he'll just like sneeze and the Avengers will fly
and they'll just fly off and die. Like it's like if Iron Man and Captain America and who else, like all Thor maybe could fight.
Thor
Superman.
has a chance, but
Thor has a chance, but he'll still lose. But the other guys would just auto die. Like if Thor wasn't there, the Avengers would just automatically die instantaneously.
If Thor's hammer is magic, then he probably has a chance.
He has a chance, yeah.
Yeah,
but he still loses.
I mean, like maybe the Scarlet Witch, maybe.
But the thing is, Superman is so fast that he'll just outthink her and she's done.
Superman's smart too. People forget that.
DC people characters like Dr. Fate, Zatanna, John Constantine, like a lot of the magical characters are more powerful in DC than Marvel.
Yeah.
No.
They are.
You put Doctor Strange. You put Doctor Strange versus Superman. I like to see what happens. Because Superman doesn't do I'm just saying.
But what about Dr. Fate versus Doctor Strange? I think Dr. Fate would win. Dr. Fate
he has the helmet of Nabu.
No. I would like to see Doctor Doom versus Dr. Fate.
Dr. Doom versus Dr. Fate. I think Dr. Fate would still win.
I
don't get it. No, I think
we don't know though because like you gotta remember,
we do.
Doom is the king of having that piece up his sleeve.
The DC characters are Marvel's
DC characters are more godly.
I understand that, but we've seen Dr. Doom bitch slapping gods, and they got him a Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I mean, ever since Secret Wars, it's like people love this idea of Dr. Doom besting gods and getting their powers. Because that's what he did in the original Secret Wars 1984.
But the difference between those Marvel gods is DC gods are more powerful and they have more finesse or something like that.
They're more theatrical.
I would say Dr. Doom would have a harder time to defeat those gods. If he went against Superman, Superman would just sneeze him, and he's flying there.
Okay,
you're big on this sneeze attack.
I will say this. I will say this: if you got all of Marvel's heroes, if you got all Marvel's heroes to go up against DC's dark side, I think Marvel would have something.
Yeah, but that's all of Marvel. You're saying everyone versus Darkseid? Okay, that's fine. But I mean, the living Tribunal.
You saw Justice League Dark. He took out everybody in 5 minutes. He ripped off Wonder Woman's arm and slapped her.
I would say Darkseid versus Thanos. Darkseid would win. He's more tactical.
Yeah,
and
technically, Darkseid's not powerless without he has the laser beam. He's without the laser beams, he was called Uxas, and he took over millions of worlds before that, and I think like Darkseid would win. Like,
Yeah,
to
for
be honest.
sure.
Okay,
It's
all
no
right. I'm
question
just gonna
at
say
all.
this: Phoenix. Darkseid could not take out Phoenix.
Phoenix.
But
Let me think about
like,
that for a second.
okay, so okay, but I think what we're trying to get at is when you
Actually,
have
yeah.
equivalent people, like
Yeah.
would Death or Living Tribunal defeat Batman or something weird like that? Like I'm talking about, like if we're just looking at apples to apples, sort of.
Right,
So
right. Yeah.
Who's
no.
the
It's just
Phoenix
fun
of-
to do.
Yeah,
I just want to point out one thing though. Like Darkseid and Phoenix did meet in the old crossover.
but
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
that was mostly
And
votes.
what happened was they teamed up because they were
Oh.
because
Yeah.
Darkseid knows what to do there. So yeah.
Yeah, so this is the other thing that came up as well, just as a discussion point. Like people are saying, if Batman was like, when people say Batman versus someone, so pick somebody, I don't know, pick say Captain America.
Daredevil.
Let's okay, Daredevil. Batman versus Daredevil. People keep saying like, oh well, who would win? Well, what are you talking about? Are you talking about we take Daredevil, strip him of all of his gear, put him in trunks, give him boxing gloves, and put him in the ring with Batman? Who wins? That's a fist fight. Batman doesn't operate that way. If we're saying the best elements of Daredevil and the best elements of Batman, and these two characters are my top 5 favorite characters, so I have no
Sure.
bias.
Yeah.
Sure.
Batman would win because Batman would realize that Daredevil has a weakness with his sonar. He would exploit that by using some sort of sound gadget or something.
A
And
flash
Daredevil's
grenade or
toast.
something like that.
Are,
Yeah.
are,
And,
we, are we
and
including
Daredevil's
prep time?
toast. It's over. And
Because
people,
Batman is resourceful. That's
Yeah,
the-
like people
yeah.
use this argument like, oh, prep time and stuff like that. No, like just because Batman uses prep time, like yes, he used in the Babel Protocol to defeat the Justice League.
I'm
He
not saying
doesn't
that's
al-
bad, though. I'm
He
just saying,
doesn't.
like-
He doesn't always have to use prep time to defeat someone. Batman has tons of gadgets that are very resourceful, even when he's going toe to toe. When he
Okay,
Go-
all right.
goes
all right,
against
all right. Let me
them
get, all right, let me give
there
you guys
and
a-
now.
Let me give you guys a scenario.
okay.
Say Daredevil, as he is, best like J-Man said, the best qualities. He's dropped into Gotham.
Yeah.
What? Batman does not know him. So I think Daredevil at first he will get the slip on him because Batman's because Batman doesn't know he wouldn't know who Daredevil was.
Okay, so
Like,
I
yeah.
can address that. Hold on, let me address that.
Sure.
So let's say that happened. This is my prep time counter argument.
Right.
Prep time assumes that Batman's going to stay there. Look, if Batman sees that he can't defeat this person right now with whatever gadgets he has on him, he's going to throw a smoke bomb. He disappears. He
Smoke
comes
bomb
back
go
and he's
away.
armed. Right? So let's say he fight. This is okay. Let's say he's fighting Daredevil. He doesn't know the weaknesses of Daredevil.
Right.
So they go toe to toe. But Batman's fighting prowess is still amazing. He's a ninja, and Daredevil is a
of
ninja.
course.
They're both ninjas. So they have a good fight. Let's say. Well, then Batman's going to find out his weakness and then come back prepared.
Yeah.
The prep time doesn't need to happen instantaneously. It can happen later. If Batman was going to fight Superman, Batman didn't go up to Superman and say, "Hey, buddy, let's fight it out." He figured out what to do to beat Superman, then went and implemented that. So Batman is smart enough to know that he can't just walk up to Superman and beat him up, right?
No.
He
So
studies him for a
he
bit.
studies it, and if he can't win, let's say pick someone other than Daredevil, who's like a more stronger person.
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Okay, so Wolverine for sure can beat Batman in hand-to-hand combat, right? Because Wolverine can't be hurt, and he's got adamantium claws. So
Right.
Batman gets scratched by the claws. He's like, holy shit. Batman teleport, like smoke bomb. He's out of there, right? Comes back prepared with like friggin' adamantium armor, and then kicks the shit out of
Yeah.
Wolverine.
I always go back to the. Sorry, what?
Oh no, I was gonna say, or you just get one of those like giant magnets and you just turn it on and you just restrain Wolverine against you know what I mean? Like
The Fast and
Well,
Furious
Looney
9
Tunes.
magnet? Yeah.
Fast and Furious magnet.
just
Fast
like,
Nine. Yeah. No, I was gonna say I always go back to the Batman versus Hulk crossover from the 70s.
Sure, but yeah.
Because like the thing is, so he's fighting Hulk, right? And Hulk is Hulk, right? And he figures, you know what? Hulk still has to breathe. So he doused the place in gas, and Hulk he holds his breath, so he can hold his breath for a while. But then Batman then punches his solar plexus, and then Hulk like breathes out from just the
Right.
not
Just
because
the
he
force
would
of
actually punch him, but he breathes out because of reflex. He's startled by it, and then he breathes in the gas, and then he goes unconscious. Like Batman uses his brain. It's
Right.
so to me, it's like if you're gonna say Batman versus blah, it's like, well, he's gonna find some sort of way.
Yeah, like he
Like, to
uses his
counter.
intellect a lot. Like
Yeah.
like even if like whatever person he's going against, Batman's going to find a way to defeat them. Like saying that like Batman
Smart.
cannot defeat this person is physically impossible because Batman is a godlike person that defeated almost everyone in the DC comic books, basically.
Yeah, at some point.
No, I get that.
And like he's gonna defeat them. Like I had this argument, like you're saying, like I think it was Batman versus Spider-Man. Batman's gonna win. Like he's gonna find a way to defeat Spider-Man. Like
Yeah, for sure.
kind of obvious. Like,
But it'll be after a couple of attempts, and don't let them get to talking, because then it'll get to a standstill and they'll realize they're on the same side.
and
then,
they're saying like just because Spider-Man has spider powers doesn't mean he
Spider powers.
yeah
No,
whatever.
okay, I'm teasing. I'm
Like
teasing.
I understand he has web foot and stuff like that, but Batman has gadgets to disarm his opponents and stuff like that, or blind his opponents. Like how can you fight a person if you can't see?
Yeah, but he still has to that's what the Spider Sense says. He can see if Batman's coming at him.
Batman also has a lot of gadgets to like disrupt
Once
their
again,
abilities. Like say for example, Spider-Man has Spider Sense. Like he can use some kind of gadget to hurt his ears that he can't use his Spider Sense or something like that.
He would develop something to throw off the senses, or
Yeah,
some
so
kind of
throw
weird
off the
thing.
senses. Like he has a gadget for everything. He's smart. I would say Batman's smarter than Tony Stark.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
Tony Stark makes stuff, but like
No, I
Batman
will
can make
say
it-
Tony Stark is smarter than Batman because he knows enough to not allow himself to get roofied.
Well, but Iron Man is not tactically smart. He's just smart
Right.
in like making stuff. But
Yeah,
like
and
he's not
also,
like a fighter.
But he doesn't have any kids though.
And with Batman, Bruce Wayne doesn't really need the armor.
right.
Iron Man does. Like
Batman needs the gadgets though.
No, he doesn't. He has martial
No, he
arts. He's a
doesn't.
ninja.
I mean, yeah, but like
He's a ninja.
mean,
Batman can defeat someone without any of the gadgets.
To go off. He can't
Like,
just
if
come
we had to-
roundhouse kick himself off a building. That's weird.
If we had to be honest, like Iron Man, Tony Stark versus Bruce Wayne would win because
hands down, easy. 1 second, 2, 1, 2. Him hitting Bruce Wayne, hitting Tony hitting the floor. 2 hits. Me hitting you hitting the floor. That's Batman. Look, Iron
because like Tony Stark doesn't know how to fight. Like
No. He's been trying how to fight from Captain America. That's been established.
Man, no, yeah, okay, but dude, Batman is a ninja. You can't like.
It's like Iron Fist trained Spider-Man at one point, and that was really stupid. But
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're right. Batman. There's very few people, Shang-Chi, who can really go up against Batman. Really.
Even if Shang-Chi goes against Batman, Batman's going to use his other abilities to
Yeah.
right?
God damn it! Who can take out? Who has enough ability? Who has gadgets like Batman? Who is smart like Batman? Wait, I know. Use Mr. Fantastic. Oh wait, never mind. He can use electricity to. Never mind. Never mind.
Batman's a very unique character. He's a very unique character that he can defeat almost everyone in that kind of situation because like Batman is very smart. He has that IQ and he uses his intellect to defeat those characters.
Okay. All right. So I guess the only way to really
I
destroy
like Toby
Bruce
Stark.
Wayne is to get him out of him emotionally. Talk about like, hey,
Bruce Wayne knows 100 different ways of martial arts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know, you just have to start roasting him, saying like bro, why do you have all these male kids and all of a sudden you adopt?
But they don't know his identity. They don't know his identity.
I don't know.
No, they don't know his identity. They don't know that he has these proteges.
Batman's too smart to be
I thought he
manipulated.
adopted them though.
But he will be manipulated. Yeah, Sean's right. He
And
can't manipulate him.
even if Batman's stuck in a tight situation, he also has the Bat family to back him up. So
And you know what? I think this is part of it too. Look, Batman knows when he needs someone to throw an assist to him, right?
Yeah.
I think that's part of his arsenal. People, it's like, look, it's important, having Oracle there if you need a quick check on somebody or whatever, that's important. And it's all part of building up a team of guys. Look, I think Tony Stark is like a bit overrated for me. Just in the sense that, like,
I kind of agree.
Like, what is he building? Like, okay, look, except for the fact that the costume or the armors look different, what is different?
Nothing.
I don't, right. Like,
better and then better and then
and better. But what was better? Like, I never.
They're a toy.
Yeah,
Brand new, like he's just making a brand new armor with more software, basically.
Yeah, but
what it was originally though, J-Man, was each artist that came on made a new thing.
Correct.
And then that's what it really was. If someone wanted to do like a triangle instead of the round thing, and then they had to make up a reason why that was, right?
Yeah, because in the movies, it's like, I made a new suit. It still shoots energy. Like, I don't see what it does except for the Hulkbuster.
And the like brand new suit, like in Endgame, didn't even there wasn't really a difference. Like, it didn't protect him from dying or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Val Kilmer's sonar Batman suit? What did it really do? We just saw it just looked silvery. He looked like a nickel.
It was a targeting system, I thought, right?
Yeah,
right.
So he throws the batarang using the white.
It has like a targeting system.
Couldn't he put that to his original suit?
I know.
Just like a.
They wanted to sell another toy.
It looks like it's an app.
Okay, hold on. Look, let's say that was a new toy situation, but that's what it always is. Yeah, however, they went out of their way to put a plot detail to say this is why the costume is different.
Yeah,
same thing. Right. And actually, that was in that Batman Forever movie. It was a prototype, and Alfred says he goes, oh, it's just a prototype. He goes, it's not ready yet. He goes, well, that's the only suit I have. Yeah. So
because they were all destroyed.
They're all destroyed. Right. So he was planning on using that sonar suit as his normal suit because it was planned to be used. What I'm saying for Iron Man is that as a viewer, I see Iron Man. He shoots beams from his chest. He shoots from his thing. He has disruptors. He has like a beam. He can fly. Then they do a new suit and it just does the same things. Like, there wasn't anything new. Like there was no plot.
Thing. Like there was no plot details that's saying, oh, I need to upgrade my suit. Like he upgrades his suit like every film or something like that. Oh, I need a new suit. Right. Or like
you're right. But hey, I would say this. Tony Stark had one thing that Batman couldn't do. He can drive that. He can fly that suit drunk, and he did. We all know it. We all saw it.
The AI did it. Even in
the he put it on cruise control.
Yeah, he put it on cruise control. Even in Batman and Robin, which is crappy. Even in Batman and Robin, they still made an excuse for it. They're like, it's Arctic protection. Okay, they still made an excuse for the costume, even though it was to sell toys, which is what
it was in the plot.
It's still in the plot. Iron Man's like, I have a new costume. Why? Like, that briefcase costume, it's like, what did that do? It's the same costume. In fact,
there was no indication that he was like, why would he
just carry that briefcase suit around. He should have just carried the briefcase everywhere then, because
it was all callbacks to the comics, but that was the thing. They did that and they never really explained. And really in the comics, it's not explained either.
It's not explained.
Like there's a briefcase, a thing that comes out of a briefcase in the comics as well. It's just cool.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that with Batman is like he uses certain suits for this specific purpose.
Yes.
And when he has like I remember in I think the New 52, like Greg Capullo, like he made a new suit to have more Kevlar and it has more protection and everything like that his other suit couldn't do. So each of his suits that he makes have a specific purpose.
It was an upgrade of the previous one. Okay.
Yeah, like in I remember in the New Adventures of Batman when he's going against Firefly, he has this new suit where it's fireproof that protects him against the flames and everything like that. So each of them is a more improvement and have a different purpose.
I always assumed that Iron Man. I always assumed that Iron Man in the movies, every suit was different because like we seen how because originally he had to climb it. He had to have that. He needed assistance taking it off, and then like he was able to he was able to turn it off and on at times, and then it became like I don't know, but you know what I mean. Like I always assumed every suit was an upgrade of the previous suit.
Like all the suits were basically almost the same. Like they all had the same purpose.
They all had the same purpose, but they all didn't. They all appeared differently because like we see the progression of the suits.
Yeah, I would give you that. Like they all look different, but like
we never seen Batman have a new way to put on the suits. It's always It's never he never had like a button that turned it on.
Yeah,
because that's fake.
That's
fake.
I hate that. I hate this. It's like, where did that go? Like that was from Stargate. First time that pissed me off was in Stargate the movie. I love Stargate the movie. It's like they hit the things, and I'm like, well, but in Stargate, Ra and Anubis and all that, they're aliens, so they have alien technology that we're not aware of. Tony Stark presses the thing. It's like, where did that helmet go? Like, where is it in your costume?
It's nanotech.
Well, I hate that, but anyways,
but isn't that the Batmobile armor in Batman '89?
I know, but it came from the bottom and it just extended.
Yeah, I guess.
Right. The point being, like Batman, when he gets a new suit, like each of them have their own purpose for certain situations that he has in storylines. Most of Iron Man's suits are basically the same.
They're the same. I know, but I don't even. Okay, so they look different, but what did they do that was different? Like, I'm a big game guy, and Sean knows this, and you guys don't know. So TSR, that's where I got into my Marvel. When I was heavy into Marvel, I played the role-playing game. I still have 2 copies of the Face Strip role-playing game, and Professor Bill plays that. I've got 2 of those. And in that one, Iron Man had all the powers. It told you. It said, right hand, this shoots this. Left hand shoots this. Chest shoots this. It went through because it's a role-playing game. It needs to tell you what every function of the suit does. So that's why I like the Silver Centurion costume the best. That was from the game I played, and explained. I clearly understood what everything did. In the movies, it's like he shoots from his hands, he shoots from his chest. That's it. And sometimes this stuff opens up and things come out, but they've never explained, saying it's like, oh no, except for the Hulkbuster, that they did explain that one.
Right.
But every other suit, it's like, oh, I'm going up against Whiplash. Okay, so what did you do to your suit? It's the same. Like, tell me, Whiplash. It's like, I want to see, like, it doesn't show intelligence. Like Batman does show intelligence, where it's like he's doing something. He's like, oh, Alfred. Even in Dark Knight, he's like, I want a better neck so I can turn it easier. Whether you like the costume or not, that doesn't matter. I'm just saying, they made an excuse. He's like, okay, I want this. Why do I have this?
Even in the I know not a lot of people like Batman Hush the animated movie, but even like when he gets the hush, Alfred makes protection to the helmet piece.
Yeah, for his head. Right. Yeah, right.
For his head.
That was cool.
Yeah, and that cartoon changed stuff, and it wasn't that great. But I don't care if it's good or bad. I'm just saying the excuse of the why is this being changed.
Yeah, why is he had the blue on? Because he had a helmet. I get it.
There you go. Cool. They made up something, right? Like they gave some answer to it. This is just Iron Man. Look, the real reason is Iron Man wants a cool suit in every movie. That's it. That's the reason.
Right.
But it's so lazy. Just come up with even with Captain Marvel, she changed her costume. Why? Like why did she change the look? Why did she go to the Marvel color scheme where they inverted the color scheme, where it's mostly blue now instead of mostly red? Like, why?
Well, at least they showed how. At least they explained how Vision in Avengers 2 got his cape. He saw Thor with it. He's like,
Thor, and he just made a cape. Done.
I like that.
That was great.
And White Vision was the best because it's like they constructed him. They didn't have the thing. And he was just pale. It was just different.
It was a nice little touch, though. Like
I like that. And Scarlet Witch Wanda became Scarlet Witch, so they showed her. She gets a more comic book accurate.
Are we ever gonna see White Vision?
I hope so, man. I love White Vision.
You want to see what is with your White Vision, man?
Because I like
all
White
our visions.
No, I want White Vision. I want the white.
That's our
because
vision.
I saw before the season finale. There was actually supposed to be a scene of White Vision and Doctor Strange that but they cut that out.
Well, hopefully he'll be in the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. Hopefully he'll be in that.
We will see. We will see. I wanted to 2 days ago, you guys, I managed to get an interview with Scott Lobdell.
Yes,
So
I saw some of that. He was pretty cool.
Yeah. He was so cool. He gave me so many stories.
I know. It's great talking to those comic guys from 30, 40 years. It's like they have so many stories to tell, and you get so many exclusives, really. And just who liked who worked with who worked well with who. It's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
how they came up with stuff Onslaught and everything, and yeah.
No, yeah, and he was telling me after Age of Apocalypse, he started writing it was a TV show. With and the big event was the movie. I was like, you know what? That's exactly how I saw it.
I'm gonna get the link to that.
Did you ever see the Injustice animated movie yet?
No, I have not seen Injustice animated. Give me one second. I just want to paste the link here. So this was Greymalkin's. You can subscribe to him. His channel link is in my thing, but this link here is actually a link to that video.
If you like comics or if you like X-Men comics, totally listen to this interview. It's great, man. A guy who wrote through different eras and worked with a lot of people in the industry. It's great.
So this is crazy to get this interview.
I would say Lobdell did more in a short amount of time than Claremont did, because he came out with hits, 4 consistent hits.
Stuff I remember. So yeah.
How many Claremont stories do you remember? Dark Phoenix.
Everyone goes to Dark Phoenix. I mean,
now, if you look at Lobdell, you could say Onslaught, Phalanx, Fatal Attractions. Oh yeah,
Phalanx had the trade paperback of that.
Right. Yeah. No, but he
read it like it was a movie. It was awesome.
Right, it was a movie to be at all.
Did he do Executioner's Song or no?
Yes, he did. He did.
I love that.
Those things, those are probably J-Man and I's
intro
X-Men back in the day.
That's my X-Men, yeah.
And the thing is, his plotting was very movie-like. That's why I like them, because whenever anyone else did those big multi-title crossovers, it was a sprawling mess.
Yeah.
Right. When he did them, it was sprawling, but it was a movie.
I have
beginning, middle, and end. And I have
every issue of Executioner's Song from my childhood intact, and then I even bought the trade to have a collected version of it. So, and
that's dope.
And Rob said that he said Adam West was his Batman, baby. Woohoo! That's why I was listening to that. I was like, oh my god, he said Adam West. So I said woohoo to that. But that was a great interview. Yeah, that was a great score. So yeah, guys, check that out.
Are you guys excited for? I know this year, I think, is the Batman animated series revival.
Oh, I'll watch that for sure.
I don't really care, only because it's not going to be that show. It's going to be something new.
There is a revival. It's just it's an audio revival. There's there's the Cape Crusader that doesn't have Kevin Conroy, but like what Kevin Conroy said, like in multiple tweets, that this, I think Paul Dini worked on the audio thing. Is
Now, which one? It's not that Batman. It's not that HBO Batman one, right? Because that I did
no,
not like
it's coming out. Oh, I think he said all the original cast. So the person that played Nightwing, Mad Hatter, even Mark Hamill himself is coming back for this.
Yeah, like I'm interested.
So you see this one?
Yeah, that's not the one.
I did not like this.
I hate it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
it was
No. I didn't. I was so looking forward to this, guys. I'm a
Yeah.
big time radio guy nerd. I have tons of radio stuff here. I love these radio dramas. I'm literally buying one of those old school looking from Amazon.
Really?
They're like $100. They look like it's a Bluetooth, but it looks like an old radio from like the 30s.
Cool.
You can buy them. There's tons of them. I literally have that on the go to listen to my old timey wimey, like radio shows, Blue Beetle and Shadow, old timey stuff. I love that stuff. So when this Batman was coming out, I was all over it. I immediately listened to it. I'm like, this is not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard the Wolverine one?
Yes.
Wolverine? Yeah, those are really good. Like I really
Wolverine's
like
hardly in it. Richard Armitage as Wolverine is a great casting, but I listened to the entire first thing.
J-Man, this is. I'll show you the article.
Yeah, show. Yeah, put it up.
Okay.
No, so I listened to the Wolverine one as well with Richard Armitage. Do you guys know who Richard Armitage is?
Yeah, I do.
He was in The Hobbit. He played Thorin Oakenshield, and he's Wolverine. But
so I think Riddler is gonna be the villain of the audio. There probably gonna be multiple villains, but like you're gonna have like Clayface, Nightwing, Joker, and everything. This is gonna be on HBO Max. This is separate from the Cape Crusader.
What's it called?
It's separate from. Sorry, it's separate from the revival.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
okay. The revival is called Cape Crusaders.
Yeah,
Yes.
This is separate.
Okay.
This is it doesn't have a title, but it's just called audio drama. Like it's an audio drama, and it's gonna have all the original cast and everything. Kevin Conroy, the actor that voiced the Penguin, Clayface, Dick Grayson, Barbara Gordon, Two-Face, like
I'll definitely
everyone.
check it out.
But it's actually pretty cool. Like I don't really listen to audio adventures, but like this sounds very cool. I love the animated series. Like that. Like the thing that really got me into comic books was Batman, the animated series.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think that was basically almost everyone. Like animated series was basically everyone as a Batman fan, and I'm excited for this. Like even though you're not watching it, I think like as Batman and a Batman world, it works fine as an audio because like you can do like a narration, like Kevin Conroy doing like a narration as Batman, taking down enemies and stuff like that, or something like that.
So have you guys seen this? Cool. This came out with Batman and Robin. Sean, do you have the CD of this? Because I have the CD of this.
Oh, you have the CD? You had the tape and you threw it out, you said.
No.
You had the tape.
No, this is not the soundtrack. This is an audio adventure.
Yeah, the audio adventure.
I don't think J-Man throws anything out.
Yeah,
I asked you about it, and you said you threw it out, and I was like, "What the f?"
No. I threw out the cassette. I threw out the soundtrack. Yeah. The soundtrack.
Oh, I thought you threw out this because I had a car with a tape deck for a long time.
I do have a question, J-Man. What didn't you like about the HBO Max audio adventures?
It did not feel like it was an audio adventure that was actually of the time of what they're saying. Like the story was, it was like there's just like little mini things, and it was like about the villains doing stuff. I'm like, it seemed weird. It's like it seemed kind of cheese, and these old audio shows weren't cheese. They were legit good mysteries. Like my wife and I just listened to a Sherlock Holmes one the other day with freaking Basil Rathbone doing the goddamn voice. They had the real voices, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, like when I was listening to it, like I listened to all of it, it's kind of weird. It feels like mini episodes.
Yeah.
But this is cool.
That one, right?
Because when I think, like, I listen to a few audio adventures on YouTube, it's like usually a story of an audio adventure.
Right.
But it felt like mini
What's a good one?
episodes of audio adventure of that villain, what that villain's doing.
In 1980, they had a 3-issue miniseries called Untold Legend of the Batman, and then in '89, they re-released it, but they re-released it with recordings of each, like a half-hour recording of each comic. That's on YouTube. Untold Legend of the Batman.
Marcus, Moon Knight cannot kill Batman. Get hell out
No.
here.
Can kill? No, Batman could kill him probably.
Okay, so if you just look up Shadow Orson Welles, these are all awesome. I have 200 of these.
The Shadow.
200.
Yeah, I have 200. I have a CD.
Well,
of
there's
200.
way more than 200.
There's way more than 200. But
How many-
Is that like some kind of horror audio
It's the
adventure?
Shadow.
The Shadow is a old pulp character. You probably don't know who that is. Or
But
can be.
it sounds cool and it looks like a horror
The
type
Shadow
of
is
thing.
the Shadow. The Shadow is a comic book / pulp character / radio character, which Batman is basically like. Well, there's Alec Baldwin as the Shadow.
That looks very interesting. Like,
But this is the
I'll check it
Shadow.
out.
Right, so the Shadow doesn't have very many main villains because he kills all of his villains. He's like the anti-Batman. He just automatically kills everybody. But like, yeah, like he's a pretty cool character.
There are only 78 episodes of Superman for radio. I thought there
You
were
can
way more than that.
You can get them all on the podcast app, Sean, if you want them.
Yeah,
I
I
might
have
have
most of them saved
might
up
have
on
them.
my drive. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what was Mark saying? What are your thoughts on Hawkeye? Oh yeah, let's talk about Hawkeye. No, I don't think Kate Bishop should marry Sue at all.
No, she's learning, and you know.
I'll tell you why. Because she literally got beat the crap out of. She literally has cuts on her face. Hawkeye teaches her stuff. Mary Sue knows everything good to go. She's out of the package, good to go. Out of the package, hero. Kate Bishop is out of the package, archer. But Hawkeye taught her that one trick with the flicking. He right. It's like he trained her in some fighting. She got beat up. Kingpin beat the crap out of her. I don't know what people are saying. Like, well, Kingpin was diminished. Or literally, he literally kicks the crap out of her, and then he breaks her. He rips the quiver off her back, breaks her arrows.
People say like
with his
they
hands.
ruin. They say they ruin Kingpin or something like that.
No, they didn't ruin Kingpin. Look, okay, he comes in. She shoots him in the chest. He doesn't even try to dodge. He literally takes an arrow to the chest. He looks at it like, oh, was that supposed to be like something? He rips the arrow out of himself, throws it. He rips the quiver off her back, takes all the arrows and breaks it. You know it's impossible to do that, right? Like, if you took a bunch of sticks, if you took like 10 sticks and put them together, you can't break that in half. That's the whole one, we're weak, but together we're strong. But he broke all the arrows, and then he beats the crap out of her for 5 minutes. And she she defeats him by barely taking that hit. She got a hold of his cufflink. She flicks it. That was the one trick. She's a one trick. Remember that's the one trick that Hawkeye taught her.
Yeah.
She flicks it at an arrow, which then explodes. After the explosion, they show up and Kingpin's gone. So it's like he didn't even get defeated. He walks off. It exploded. He walks away from the explosion like nothing happened. And then Echo shoots him, but obviously she didn't shoot him because that would be completely stupid, right? I was like, I thought Kingpin was badass in that.
Did you know? I think it's like this is like before he had all the power or something like that. Like I think the actor says like this is connected to the Netflix series, but the blip did something that like he doesn't have all that power anymore.
I like you're talking about in the MCU?
Yeah, in the MCU, like remember the Netflix series where he had all that power and everything like that?
Right.
Like
he's in the MCU now, and he since the blip and everything like that. So I'm assuming he got.
Oh yeah, so he has to build his network up, right? Is what?
Yeah, so he doesn't have any power anymore. Like
right.
he doesn't.
I like that they did the super strength from the comics, where he's not really like superhuman. He's just all muscle, right?
He's muscle.
But I don't know if they're gonna do that here.
Like I like the idea. I like the idea where he has to rebuild his empire now because
that's
of
cool.
the blip.
I'm okay with that. It's just another phase in his career, right? Yeah.
But no, I don't know. When he got shot with that arrow and he looked down like, oh, is that supposed to be something special? And he's like, okay. I'm like, I can't. I can't. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people, not just Marcus, people were saying Kingpin was weak, but I thought he beat the crap out of him.
I think he was very strong. Like we didn't see him that much, but like we I think he was very strong. He kind of reminded me of the Netflix Kingpin.
He was scary to me.
And like I'm excited to see him in the future, and
I don't know what they're gonna do, but
I'm excited what they're gonna do with him. I hope like I was kind of hoping we did see like I know a lot of people were saying we would get actually see Spider-Man in there, like, but no.
never gonna happen.
Like, do you think we'll see like I know in this college trilogy, do you think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to go against
Yes.
Kingpin?
Now that I think about it, because Spider-Man will be more, I feel like maybe he'll be more ground level in these, and not like fighting aliens in space, right? And Kingpin would be perfect for him, and maybe even team up with Daredevil. Kingpin was a Spider-Man villain until they're like, Spider-Man has too many villains, let's give him to Daredevil, right?
Frank Miller really wanted to do something with Kingpin. That's a the Kingpin that we see. That's a Frank Miller Kingpin.
Kingpin,
yeah. Like let's give.
The one we saw in Hawkeye was a Spider-Man Kingpin to me.
That's true.
Because he rips off the car door and
Yes, that is true, Sean. Yeah,
I want to see where in the college trilogy, like Spider-Man PS4, in the game where Spider-Man goes against Kingpin at least a few years, because like at the end of the like in the first game, Spider-Man actually takes down his Kingpin's empire.
I'd love to see. What I would do for this next 3, I would do Scorpion right away, because it's like they now J. Jonah hates Spider-Man. His motif is green. Get that guy back to give him green armor. This looks like the PlayStation version.
Wasted. Like, where is Scorpion?
Yeah, I would do Scorpion fighting Spider-Man, and then Scorpion goes mad because the suit makes him all crazy, and then Spider-Man has to stop Scorpion, and then the next one, dude, I would do Kraven's Last Hunt, but in a very interesting way. I don't think Kraven needs his own movie, although I love Kraven. I would definitely watch that movie.
Yeah,
I would rather not have that.
I don't feel like we need a Morbius movie, to be honest. I don't think we need a Craven movie.
I don't think we need that.
We don't even need, like, I heard they're making a Rhino movie. Like, what?
That's really awful. Rhino's not that interesting. But for Kraven, have the flashback of him thinking about stuff and having him go on a hunt, and he literally goes to hunt Spider-Man. He loses a couple times. They go back and forth, and then Kraven just goes mad, and he's like, okay, that's it. I'm going to get this guy. And I'd love to see him knock Spider-Man out and put on a Spider-Man costume and go fight Vermin or something. That'd be sick.
Do you like the new suit?
The new suit for
Spider-Man, like at the end of No Way Home.
Sorry, that's not a new suit. That's the real Spider-Man suit. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, but like the real Spider-Man suit,
I love it.
Yeah. Like I like how instead of he makes the suit himself, he sews it. He grabs the material, he sews it, and you see, I know you don't really see a clear shot because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to see Spider-Man swinging. Yeah. For some reason, people say, "Oh, the last shot's terrible." You're not supposed to see a full shot of Spider-Man standing there. He's supposed to be swinging.
Yeah, but you'll see him in the next movie.
But like, I really like the suit. Like, when I think of Spider-Man, like I like the comics also. I think of him like, he makes his own suit. He's like, he doesn't ask for help from Tony Stark or anything like that. Like, he's on his own. Like, he's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and I'm happy they're finally doing that in the college trilogy. I feel like the one gripes that I did have about with the MCU was Tony Stark had too much involvement with Spider-Man.
Yeah, and now he's out, so that's good.
Thank God.
I think, like, for me, it's always been between Spider-Man and Batman for who's the best looking. But I think Spider-Man's my favorite looking superhero ever. It's a childhood thing. I had a Spider-Man, a big one growing up. I had a Superman and a Spider-Man growing up. I love Spider-Man. I love the black costume. I almost like every version of Spider-Man, but that classic regular Spider-Man is just so special to me. Like, literally, like, I just grabbed this on sale the other day. Like, the strip, like this here, like, to me, like, this is just like look at that, like that, you know what I mean? This is John Romita.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, like Spider-Man is just the coolest looking
Yeah,
guy.
with me, like when I was a kid, it was always like Spider-Man the animated series and Batman the animated series.
And Batman
where,
is the second best, yeah.
yeah, like so, like to me, like it was with Marvel, it was always Spider-Man, and with DC, it's always Batman.
Mysterio.
So like to me,
Yeah.
like that's why I really like Spider-Man, because like who doesn't like Spider-Man? Like
Yeah, everyone likes I gotta tell you guys something. I was gonna do a video on this. So my niece and nephew are 3 years old, and we just had Christmas, and I bought my nephew a big Spider-Man. It's almost as tall as he is, and then my niece loves Ghost Spider, who we call Spider Gwen. They call her Ghost Spider now.
Okay.
Ghost Spider.
Yeah, so Spider Gwen is now called Ghost Spider. I have no idea why.
Because you don't want her name in the freaking
They don't want her name in because why would you have your identity as your name?
Spider Sean.
But I bought her like a big spider, a ghost spider, and they loved it. And I bought them better gifts. And I'm like, why did I spend extra money on these better gifts when they like he walked around with Spider-Man the whole day? He's like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. And they always want to see my Spider-Man tattoo. They're like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And you know what? They've been watching that. It's called Meet Spidey and His Amazing Friends. It's not Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. It's Meet Spidey.
Yeah.
And it's for little kids. It's like Disney Junior or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is how you build franchises. And Sean, we talked about this. It's like Spider-Man is there for everybody. As little kids, they can watch. This cartoon is very cutesy. It's Spider-Man who they call Spidey. It's Miles Morales is called Spin, just so they don't confuse them. And Ghost Spider is Gwen. And it's the three of them. And like Green Goblin has pumpkin bombs, and what he does is he goes around and just makes a mess. Like he throws pumpkin bombs and they're like, oh no, Green Goblin's making a mess. We have to go stop him. And Rhino just makes noise and crashes stuff and breaks stuff. And like, oh no, he's breaking stuff. And it's for little babies. And my 3-year-old niece and nephew are glued. They love it. And they're 4-minute long stories, so it's very fast. And I'm thinking, this is how you get kids involved from the youngest of ages. Now, all they care about is Spider-Man. And guess what? In 5 or 6 years, they'll watch, different cartoons. Then in another 5-6 years, they'll watch the Spider-Man movies. And then their entire lives are going to be like, Spider-Man's the best hero.
And maybe read some comics or two.
And maybe read comics.
Yeah.
Where's DC? Where's Warner Brothers? Where are they?
They're too preoccupied with being badass. It's like you gotta appeal to kids. Yeah. It's like there are generations of DC fans built on the Super Friends cartoons.
There you go. It's like 4-year-old. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watch Super Friends. To me, Superman and Spider-Man and Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Hulk, Wonder Woman. That's your 5 favorite heroes if you're me and Sean, pretty much. Right? Yeah. It's Linda Carter, Nicholas Hammond, Adam West, Christopher Reeve, Lou Ferrigno. There's your 5 characters. To this day, maybe Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character. I keep flipping. I keep thinking, maybe it's Cyclops because I really like him. Honest to God, if you said you're gonna die, tell me. It's probably I'm just gonna say Spider-Man instinctually because
Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Spider-Man has been with me my whole life. You know what I mean? It's like there's never been a month where there hasn't been a Spider-Man thing. I just bought this. This is this newspaper strips. I just bought this like yesterday. Like, is
that a new publication or is it?
No, it's the old publication.
Okay.
The new ones are much better, but they're very hard to find now.
Yeah, I like paperback though. I don't like hardcover.
So. I just said that to my wife. I was like, she's like, well, the hardcovers are better.
I'm trying to read hardcover in my bed.
I can't read it.
And it hurts my rib cage, man. It's like,
I'm with you, dude. I was so happy with this. I'm like, this is great. Anyways, but it doesn't matter. Look, Spider-Man, is the best. So, I mean, and look, these little kids now are going to grow up their whole lives. Hey, Belle. These little kids are going to grow up their whole lives watching this Spider-Man cartoon and comics and video games. Where's the Superman cartoon for kids? Now they want to do this one where Superman's not in it. It's like
that's ridiculous. Like, oh my God. Why can't we get a normal Superman? Right. Where's fighting guys? It's like, what is this?
I think we are getting a Superman cartoon.
But
but that cartoon doesn't look like it has Superman in it, barely.
Isn't that the one where he's like a teen or something?
Yeah, every still they show is Clark Kent. There's no suit. It's a cartoon. Just have Superman.
Right.
If you're gonna do that, then make it live action. If they're just gonna be normal people,
Right. Yeah,
what's
here's
the point of
this
having it
thing.
animated?
So look, this is for little babies. Like, see, it's like you can see they're very cute looking. And my niece and nephew are all over this show. And they're gonna love Spider-Man their whole lives. And I bought them the Batcave. Did you see the Fisher Price Little People? It's Fisher Price Little
Yeah.
People.
They have lots of Batcaves, but there's a big ass one. It's like
It's a pretty big one. So
Yeah.
I bought the big Batcave, and I bought them Batgirl, Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Robin, Joker. Who else did I buy? I bought everyone, and they like that. But you know what? That one big Spider-Man was like, oh, it's Spider-Man, and that's like because right now they're watching the cartoon and holding the Spider-Man, like he's going to sleep with it, watching the cartoon, right? And I'm like, really? And I bought Little Mermaid, this huge Little Mermaid doll with the real hair. I can't show it's huge.
Yeah.
And it cost like $40 or something. It was on sale. It normally costs like 60, 70. And she liked it. And I bought her this cheap Spider-Gwen for $10. And she loves the Spider-Gwen. I'm like, really? I'm like, why did I spend all this money on this? Because she's watching Spider-Gwen on that show, and she hasn't seen the Little Mermaid movie. She doesn't know what Little Mermaid is.
Yeah.
That's how you build it. That's how you build brands. DC dropped the ball. They need to appeal to everybody at once. They need to appeal to Arkham's age. They need to appeal to my age. They need to appeal to little kids' age, and not these super pups or whatever it's called. This, what is that? That is not
Super
Batman.
Pets. You mean
Super Pets? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Super Pets. That's not Superman. That's not Batman. That's a dog. That doesn't help kids get into Superman. You need to have the real Superman in his costume flying around.
Warner is embarrassed by Superman.
They are embarrassed.
It's hard not to draw that conclusion. You know,
Right.
it's like
I
we
don't
all know
understand why they don't like Superman that much. Like Superman's iconic. Like a lot of people love Superman. Like Superman and Batman are like right next to each other. Like I don't understand that.
They claim it's hard to make a Superman something, and it's not. They're just way overthinking it. And you know, Jamie and I know our opinion on some of these Superman movies is unpopular, but like we say the same thing. It's like they're way overthinking this. It's like this is not a documentary. It's a movie about a superhero who fights villains from space. What the hell's the problem?
I know.
Like
literally have Brainiac ship show up.
Yeah,
like,
and everyone's, oh my god, and he destroys a few things.
He destroys shit.
You can tell a smart story from that.
Yeah, like just make a good story with Superman like going against Brainiac or Mattel, whoever. And that's it. Like it's not that hard.
Why is it so hard?
And it's kind of funny that the fans can come up with better things than them.
Yeah, I know. The fans come up with better stuff. It's like, hire that guy. Some random guy on Twitter. Fucking hire this guy to do it then if he's not looking. Anyways, guys, I got to go. So we got this Wednesday, we're doing Amazing Spider-Man versus Amazing Spider-Man Part 2.
I got to watch them.
So I rewatched both.
Freaking 4 hours and change.
It's 4.5 hours to watch them both.
You have a different, unique perspective.
I have a different. The last time I saw the Amazing Spider-Man films was in the theater, and then I bought them on Blu-ray and I never watched them. I watched them both, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. So we're gonna be very fair. And this is not going to
be fair. Yeah,
we're gonna be fair, and we're not gonna do this bullshit of Tobey Maguire's the best. Look, we're not getting into that. We're
critics.
We're critics. I'm talking about the two movies as movies. We're not getting into a fight over who's the best Spider-Man. This is the Andrew Garfield saga. Andrew's going to be upset. I know. It's going to be those two movies, and we're going to be fair, and we're going to pick a winner. Which one is better? And it's going to be
just
fair.
Be warned. He might be crying in the chat.
He will be crying in the chat, but we're not turning this into. I like Tobey Maguire. Everyone likes him, but we're not getting into this. But I don't think Andrew Garfield is so bad. Because
he's a great actor.
You have different interpretations with Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, whoever. Like each of them are different interpretations, but you have to accept other people have their own opinions.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield is the
like I just don't understand why Andrew can't accept that.
Yeah, I don't know why either. But this Spider-Man No Way Home improved the Andrew Garfield universe for me.
Yeah.
I think it genuinely.
It made me
improved
want to
it.
go back and watch them.
Yeah,
It's true.
It definitely made it, because I rewatch these movies with being a different person. Now I'm a different person because now to me Andrew Garfield.
I hope we get Amazing Spider-Man 3. That would be awesome.
It'd be interesting to see what they do with him, because I actually like Andrew Garfield's physical appearance as Spider-Man, like him as a physical person. He looks very skinny and lanky.
Yeah.
I like that Spider-Man. I like that skinny kind of Todd McFarlane Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's not the John Romita, Steve Ditko Spider-Man, but he's the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I like the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, okay?
Like, his Spider-Man reminds me of the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man from the comics.
Yeah, when it was Miles or whatever.
Yeah, and like, if they
Just the
do
look
do
of them.
Amazing Spider-Man 3, like, it's very interesting. Like, I like Amazing Spider-Man 1. I know Amazing Spider-Man 2, I feel like it gets a little too much hate. Like, I'm not saying it's the best film ever, but like there's worse movies that I've seen.
There's way worse movies. I've really mellowed out on these movies. I'm going to be a lot more positive on both of them.
Yeah, like
than I was in the past.
With this new year, my plan is to try to be more positive and keep an open mind towards certain
I'm always
projects.
open-minded and positive, despite what everyone thinks.
Yeah,
I will say my favorite movie of the year was The Green Knight. That was my favorite movie.
Oh yeah,
I have to watch that. I heard good things about it.
Yeah, well, I've read the poem a couple times, and I've also seen I've seen a few different Green Knight stories, and I don't know. I love this one. I watched it 2 or 3 times now, and I've read the making of and all that stuff. So I really like, and I got the 4K and everything. So, and I got the soundtrack too. I thought it was a total package movie, and I think Dev Patel is freaking awesome in every movie that he's ever been in. Every time I see that guy, no matter what he plays, played
even
that.
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Sure. I don't know. I know that movie sucks.
He's
that
the
movie
main
sucks.
bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie sucks. But he was probably awesome in it.
He wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Okay. Well, that Marigold Hotel or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Okay. The
Best
Grand Marigold
Exotic.
Hotel. Yeah.
Best Exotic Hoteler. My God, he's the best in that. He should have won an Oscar for those movies. He is so funny. Because so funny. Anyways, guys. Okay. I actually have to go to work tomorrow, which is brutal. I'm actually working tomorrow, so that's really stupid.
I'm not.
I know. Well, I'll be
at
home
tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thanks for everybody joining us. We will be back on Wednesday to do The Amazing Spider-Man versus The Amazing Spider-Man Part 2. All right. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.